Welcome to Oof, My Wallet, a production of the TF Talk Network. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more. And follow us on Patreon and all other social channels at TFYLP. Enjoy the show.
Stream.
Good evening, citizens of Cybertron. What time is it? No one knows?
It's about 8:30.
It's 8:30 on Wednesday.
Central.
9:30 where I am.
Yeah, it's 9:30 where I am. Yeah. You
Yeah.
guys are just, you're wrong.
But we live on Cybertron.
You're in the middle of a blizzard with your bad times.
Yeah.
Not so much a blizzard as it is a freeze out.
I'm from Florida. I don't know the difference.
Good thing you're not
It
from
all
Texas.
involves coldness.
In Chicago, this is just a Wednesday. This isn't a blizzard. This is just a Wednesday.
Yeah, this is actually the warmest we've been here in Kansas in 2 weeks. We almost broke freezing today.
Well, it's raining oofs tonight, no matter where you live, because this is a special episode. That's why this screen is split in sixes and there's no background. It's the Ooofitites episode, meaning we want to see your weirdest stuff in your collection. Show it off. And we'll see who gets the wackiest, the wildest. And I can't think of something else that starts with W other than something slightly offensive.
Weirdest?
So,
Wait, Paul, this is Oofities? I thought it was Oof Kitties.
well, Phil, what did
All
you
I
think
brought
it
was
was?
cats.
I'm not going to repeat what I said earlier in the
Yeah.
text message to Paul.
I only brought transforming cats. I don't think I'm prepared.
Anna, you weren't the only one that misread the title, but it is Ooofitites.
Oh, good thing I have some obscurios behind me. I'll just throw my Oof Kitties away.
Bloodstorm, who I believe is Mr. Swift, says this is the finale. The finale of what? The finale.
It's a series finale.
The series.
It's the end of Oof.
Yeah, the end of Oof, My Wallet. And we even have a special guest tonight, Mr. Rob, our old friend, the host of Ouch My Wallet. Hi, Rob.
Hi. If you watched Microcasters last night, you know I'm losing my voice and it's worse today. Which is a good 2 days to be on podcast. Really nailed that. So, but I'm here. I got my tea again, and we're gonna muscle through.
What a trooper.
We're glad you're here
We are.
for Oof Kitties.
We want you to talk about another Optimus Prime, Rob.
Oh boy. Excuse me. I have just finished dinner, so my body is digesting at this time. I hope that doesn't become a problem. But did you all bring your biggest oofities to show tonight?
Brought weird
I
stuff.
brought an assortment. We'll see what gets revealed.
An assortment of meats and cheeses that are currently in your mouth.
But I'm gonna keep it all. I'm gonna keep it all G1.
Boo. That's fine.
Don't worry, nothing in mine is G1. So we'll balance out.
So I know there was a lot of, within the cast, behind the scenes at the show, there was a lot of trepidation about this episode. Like, I don't know, I don't have any weird stuff in my collection. I don't know if I can compete. Like, first off, not a competition, unless you're Rick. And it was very vague. It just had to be weird stuff. We didn't want to see necessarily, weird can mean rare. That typically goes hand in hand. But this wasn't the biggest oofs episode, which we did that a few weeks ago, which was a ton of fun. But this was more, the intention is just to kind of show some stuff that most people wouldn't have or wouldn't know exists or wouldn't even think of.
News.
Uh-oh, what's that, Rick?
I've swapped out one of my G1 items for a later item.
Ooh. Well, I wanted to throw in one little caveat. I mean, this is the end of the season, the end of my tenure here on OMW, as I like to colorfully refer to it.
For now.
Well, let's assume I'm not coming back to do it, okay? Let's just do that. So I'm not going to put a limit on rounds. I mean, we can go till people start falling off. I don't care. If it becomes like a clash, like we can do it. And
we're gonna need more beer.
yeah. I mean,
I haven't had a dinner yet, Paul, so perhaps I will fall off.
If you have to fall off, you can fall off. And if you want to quit showing stuff because you're just like, I didn't have this much weird stuff, that's fine too. You can always take a pass. Let's just see where the evening takes us. Let's see how weird we can get. So I'm going to start. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna, since Rick's going G1, I guess I'll start with my G1. So I got a weird little guy. Maybe dust. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's why
Dustmaster.
That's why I put them in cases, because I don't like dusting things. So super rare. It's Optimus Prime, right?
What is that?
You ever seen one of those before?
Blue and red don't go together. I don't know why anyone would design something like that. Gross.
Murder eyes?
How odd. It turns into a truck? That's so weird.
Peter
Murder
got it.
Prime!
It's Murder Prime! This is an IGA Mexico Optimus Prime with the painted over lead paint murder eyes. Peter, would you like to give the history of this particular piece?
Sure. That's an IGA from Mexico Optimus Prime with lead paint murder eyes.
There you go.
Thanks.
So why?
How can you tell what's the difference between that and like if I took my G1 Prime and like put red paint over the eyes? How would anyone know the difference?
Probably the copyright stamp. But there are versions of this toy without the murder eyes. And
why bother?
I accidentally bought one that didn't have the murder eyes. It had the orange sticker on the box, too. Like the safety test sticker. I'm like, holy shit, this is the real thing. And it didn't have the murder eyes. Another thing is the paint on the cab. As you can see, it's a little bit like maroon compared to the plastic.
Oh, yeah.
But again, it's all about them dead eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just weird. I mean,
can I see the inside of the legs? The
yeah.
chrome part?
Which are you looking for a stamp? Or it says 2 on this one.
No, I'm not looking. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to see.
Well,
I wanted to see what inside, because there's a whole bunch of variants on the inside of the legs.
Okay.
I see which one came with that.
Can I ask a question? Do we actually know that it's lead paint? That makes it way more murderific.
You gotta lick it.
I mean, it's supposed to be. That's why they did this. I mean, it's like a horror film toy. I mean, it's just so wacky. But other than that, for some of the IGA releases, there were there's tons of craziness, and I thought we might see some of that tonight, maybe. But this isn't necessarily hard to find. It's just so weird. And it's not like a Redfoot Prime or anything like that, which I thought about pulling out. But I kind of wanted to show that I think the Murder Prime is weirder. And the Murder Prime is just a colloquialism because of the face. It just looks so bizarre.
That's a good choice. I don't have that one. Good choice.
Well,
I got a Redfoot.
They're the paint apps on the face are all unique. They're all their own sloppy doppy. But yeah, I remember I got this in the airport on the way home from Toy Fair one year, because I think it was like on eBay for like $50 to get this cab, and I was like, that is a Murder Prime, I'm getting that. And I was with my buddy Grant, who some of us may know, and he's like, murder what are you talking about? Like, let's get on this plane. And I was like, you don't even know what I just got. It's so cool. So he still doesn't care. That's
when you first said that, I thought you meant you found that like in a shop at the airport.
No, I just happened to be I didn't get enough Transformers at New York Toy Fair that I had to be searching for some while we're waiting to get on the plane.
No, he bought it out of Sky Mall Phil. So
There's like some little bodega in like JFK that had, a Mexican knockoff Transformer.
Sky Mall. That should be like the Autobot equivalent of Swindle. He's Jet. He just turns into.
I like that a lot.
That's a good one.
That should be a Cyberverse character.
You guys remember Sky Mall? Hey, you guys remember getting on planes?
It's been a while.
I've heard of it.
in the before times.
Remember when you didn't have to take off shoes before you can get on a plane? You could smoke, and it was great.
Yeah, I miss
No,
all
I
that
never-
stuff.
I never flew until BotCons.
Don't think I'm old enough to remember
get a whole
smoking on
meal.
planes.
Whatever flight you take, they'd give you a whole meal.
I have always thought it was strange that they still have no smoking signs on planes. Like, shouldn't it just be a given? Like, why do they have to light
I
I
that?
think
think
that's just
have
how
it
old
anywhere.
those planes are.
Yeah, probably. Well, that's how I decided to start it off. I hope that kind of leads everybody, gets the juices flowing. Not like I said, not necessarily a rare piece, not necessarily a super desirable piece, but sort of a weird one. And I just volunteer can go next. I don't like telling people what to do. So,
I'll go.
all right,
um,
Raspy.
Yeah. I'm just doing my 2 octaves lower voice. I'm going to preface with a lot of the stuff I have tonight has been when I was on the show and out my wallet when I was hosting. And a lot of it's all transforming, but it's not almost none of it's Transformers. But, that's how it goes. I noticed I kind of take Transformer stuff for granted when I probably shouldn't as much. But anyways, I don't think I can talk about weird stuff without talking about my toilet Transformer collection. So I have the 3 that are out right now, and I put them all into toilet mode for the episode. So it started off with just normal commode, right? And he's got, his toilet roll. He's got his pile of poop. He has a plunger as well. The weirdest accessory he came with was this. This is the instructions on a long golden piece of toilet paper scroll that rolls up, and it is the best, dumbest thing ever. Yeah, so the first was just a normal commode, and then they came out with the urinal, which had another plunger. This one's silver. And then the most recent, which is actually my top figure of 2020, but I forgot to bring it on the show where we talked about top figures, is the Squatty Potty, which is not something we have in America, really. They're actually considered a lot more hygienic and other benefits, surprisingly enough, but that aside. And it turns into like this evil cat face. And it has like a skull version. You can pull back the head, and it's this like burnt skull underneath. And it's kind of grotesque. They all turn into like weird samurai characters. They don't transform the way you would expect Transformers to transform because, they're not Transformers. But I mean, they all kind of do the same thing of, here's a toilet, and it all folds behind it. And then to make it the robot, it all folds out back around the other side, right? But they look really nice in robot mode. This one's like a 4-legged spider creature with his weird bulbous face. I don't know. They're all definitely unique. I don't think anyone else in the cast has these. Again, I've talked about them before, but they're a fun, weird line, and I'll continue to buy whatever weird, dumb crap they put out. And they've actually gotten really nice. Like, the first one was just white plastic. There's nothing, really special about it. I mean, it's nicely made. They transform nice. But then with the second one, you're not going to be able to tell on my shitty webcam, but on the second one, like, the quality's a lot better. Like, everything's painted and the plastic is different and it just has a nicer finish and feel. It has some die cast on it. And the Squatty Potty is the same. And his little canopy spreads out and spinning knives and stuff. They're a fun, weird set. They're a lot nicer than they have any right to be. And they come with accessories that are fun.
So I'm seeing in the chat that there's a bidet bot too, but that's not out yet?
I would. Yeah. Yeah, I knew there was a fourth one up for pre-order at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And yeah, that's what Swift is saying, that, yeah, it's still a pre-order right now.
So who makes those?
It's a company
Toy
called Toy Wolf. Is it related to Toy World? If so, the line might be dead. Because Toy World's been in pretty shaky ground. But yeah. So, well, I mean, we'll see.
I dig it. I remember.
Oh, go ahead.
When I first moved to South America, I didn't know how the Squatty Potty worked, and I walked in, and there was just like 20 of them lined up. There's no barriers or anything. There's just a big long bar across the wall you got to hold on to.
Oh, you're talking about Squatty Potties. You skipped a step.
Yeah, and I didn't understand how it worked, and so I had to hold it in the whole day.
Oh, wow. Didn't think it was that hard to adapt to.
It's like, I remember females probably aren't familiar with this, but especially in the South, a lot of elementary schools had a urinal trough. You know, as a kid, like, I don't want to use a urinal trough. Like, I'm not into that. I have too much shame, believe it or not. But a public row of Squatty Potties, that's even worse. Like, I can't even. Like, the urinal trough was bad enough. I can't imagine spinning around and dropping a deuce right next to some other people. Nope.
Yep.
Like, I don't even, want to talk to the person in a stall next to me. You know what I mean? It's like, much less.
Rob,
Yeah.
Wrigley Field is notorious for its bathroom troughs, for its urinal troughs.
Ugh.
Yeah, never go to a Cubs game, Rob.
Yeah, a lot
no
of ballparks
risk.
for that reason.
Do they still have them even now?
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
Last time I was there, yeah. They've renovated the stadium, but I'm a White Sox fan, so I don't go to too many Cubs games. But the last time I was there, they had the trough still.
It's part of the
That's
mystique,
exciting.
Anna.
It's really weird. Yeah, I always thought those were just like some sort of nightmare story that people had made up. I didn't even know they were real till now.
It's a
I'm
friendly time.
excited.
You gotta just get in there and get comfy.
Yeah, team toilets. All for it.
I kind
Gotta
of
hope the person doesn't get distracted and turn real quick.
well, by the end of the game, most of the people in there are wasted, so it can be a mess.
Yeah.
I remember I was in China, and they didn't have the trough, but they had a waterfall. And you would pee into the waterfall, but here's the thing. The waterfall was on the bar floor. So you would literally get up, go to the wall, pee, and then come back to your stall or your bar or wherever you were hanging out.
Very hygienic. Very, very nice.
Rick has died of dysentery.
Rob, I don't know if you planned on, your first round here bringing out all the bathroom stories, but it sounds like we all got them. I sort of have one too that seems relevant.
There's a very popular book called Everybody Poops, and everybody's got stories about it.
I kind of want to hear what Paul's bathroom story is now. Forget the show.
Yeah, I'll tell it. Well,
Is that what the show's about?
It was kind of in the vein of what you guys were saying, but so not a lot of people know this. I was in a fraternity for the first semester of my freshman year of college. I was a pledge. And I don't know if all the frat houses were like this, but there's some weird things about living, and I didn't live in the house. I lived in the dorms, and I had to go there all the time. But they had some weird things like cold air bunks, because you can't have like this many people sleeping in a one building. It's like weird laws. I don't know if it's town law or if it's like national or whatever.
What cold air bunk?
Cold air, yeah, they were called the cold air. So like the temperature had to be like really low for this many people to be in that room. I don't know, it was like a safety thing or whatever. But so that was just one of the weird things. But the other really weird thing was that there were no stalls. There were just toilets in the main bathroom with the sinks and the showers. And I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this much at all. And like everyone that had been in the house, you know, they're like, oh, it's cool. Like some of the best conversations you'll ever have will be on those toilets. And I'm like, you're not selling this to me. Like this is not working. So I did leave the fraternity, but I never finished my pledge. But you know, I never took a dump in there. Why? Thank God I got away. I never lived there, so I never had to do it.
Did you leave it because of the toilets?
No, I cared more about school than like fake friends. So.
Cared about
Was there
school.
ever like the scare dumper, you know, that had to like make sure there was no one in there?
I don't know. There was always dudes in there. I mean, there was at least a wall that separated the showers, but the showers were like, you know, 4 spigots coming down and, you know, like a
gym shower.
Like a gym shower.
Yeah. Our dorm had you know, group showers. We didn't have them per room, you know, with the group bathroom and everything. But the bathrooms were stalls. But to get to the showers in the back, you had to walk through other showers the way it was curtained off, which meant only the back 2 showers ever got used. Right. You know, no one's going to walk through somebody else showering to go take a shower. You just don't use them. You go in there, like there's like 6 showers and they got curtains, but I mean, if somebody's in one of the 2 in the back, you're just not going to shower. You'll come back later.
Right. Like, which way do you go?
Or you'll stink for a day. Whatever.
But you go like, you know, like, that's a person.
Yeah.
I just going back to Paul's story, like the idea of like there were always dudes in there. Like my mind just goes to this, like there wasn't always dudes in there. There was at least always one dude in there, and it was the same guy that was just like, yeah, this is the place to be.
This is my domain.
This is my jam.
Lots of times, you know.
He just claims he always has the runs, even though he doesn't.
I'm stopped up, guys. I'm stopped up. Just don't pay no attention to me here.
So Anna, is this what you signed up for with the Ooofitites show? Lots of male bathroom humor?
I was listening for a while.
Oh, that's good.
I'm really glad of my first pick here, what it has done to this podcast.
I love it because
This is fantastic because I love the toilet bots. They're great. Like I'm very jealous of those toilet bots because I have not talked myself into buying them.
They're
Rob,
fun.
how much do those things run?
I mean, 50, 60, 70.
Not bad.
I think I got, yes. I mean, that's,
hey.
So they're in that era. That's
They're high quality
typical.
though. They're not bad.
Yeah, they're nice. They're nicely made.
They're better than Dairy Con Toilet Bot. I gotta say that, and I paid a lot more for that. So I'm actually really happy to see those because you know I was kind of like, oh man, I should have saved Toilet Bot for the Ooofitites show, but you saved the day. It's great.
Oh, and don't feel left out, Anna. Because one time I used the bathroom in a public women's room. My stomach started feeling really not good at Target. And like I started getting the cold sweats. I was like, I gotta go. So I just rushed into the bathroom. And then I'm sitting there, you know, doing my business, very uncomfortable because I'm all crunched up. And I'm like, there's an earring in the floor in here. That's weird. And I'm like, there weren't any urinals in this bathroom. That was weird. And then I hear like a little girl come in. I'm like,
Oh, of course.
shit. It hit me. What had happened? And it's like there's gaps on the door or whatever. So I'm a big fat dude anyway. But I'm like trying to make myself skinny so they don't see that there's a dude in here through the cracks. You know, and I just hung out in that bathroom until it was empty. And I was like, I'm going straight home. I'll wash my hands when I get home because I got to get out of here. And so like, you know, I beeline for the door. And as I'm coming out, there's of course someone coming in right there and just like deer in headlights, both of us. I was just like, wrong bathroom, and just ran out of the store.
Did you buy any Transformers at that Target?
No.
Oh.
No. I did not have any purchases.
Off topic.
Oh, so you bought Transformers in your college fraternity? It was a Transformer selling frat? Is that what it was, Paul?
I was definitely the Transformer guy in that fraternity, yeah. That's part of why I left. I was the only one! Alright, who's next?
I'll go. I got. We'll continue on the non-transforming, the non-transformer transforming toys. This is not nearly as weird, but this is a toy that I've had since childhood, and like basically it was in a bin that grabbed from my parents' house with a bunch of random toys, and so it's now kind of my son's. And my wife was helping clean up my son's toys, and she's like, "What the hell is this thing? What's wrong with this guy?" I'm like, that's just how he is. And I've thought since I was a kid that he's weird. And so we got GoBots Super GoBot Warpath, which is a nice helicopter. It's a sweet little black helicopter, and got some cool stickers, and it's a GoBot, so we can do the transformation on screen here fairly quickly. You flip out the legs, you flip out the feet, swing out the arms, swing out the fists, and flip it down, and there you go. There's robot mode. The propeller still just right there in the chest. But no, this transforms too, because you can shrink the propeller in half, and now it's just this little robot with a little half propeller, just
chest mustache.
Dinkling.
That's what I was gonna say. You stole it, Paul. Chest mustache.
You're rubbing off on me, Anna. That's all.
Yeah. So yeah, and even in the artwork for the box, he's got still the propeller in the chest, which if you put his arm out, he's just slicing off his own hand. So this is just, it's not a bad toy. You can take the propeller off, and I think you're meant to do that in robot mode.
Why would you do that? That makes it worse.
Yeah. There's nowhere to put the propeller then when you're done. I mean, and it's just, I thought he was a badass looking bad guy. He's got the almost all black and then the silver face and the red eyes, but it's just like, yeah, and then just, propeller chest. We'll name him Warpath, no copyright on, issues there, I'm sure, with Hasbro, but it's just, propeller chest. So there we go. That's my little bit of weirdness today.
I mean, did that predate the G1 Warpath?
Same here.
It's right around the same time. Yeah, I don't remember exactly when each of them came out, but he's even got articulated elbows. It's just it's such a bizarre toy in terms of choices that they made with this thing.
If I remember, I think I had that. Doesn't he have kind of big fists, kind of substantial?
Yes, he's got very large fists there that look like they should be large enough to just put a little, hole in there for him to hold the propeller. I'm like, nope, just big giant fists that just, look all fisty and mean that will get chopped off if he were to stretch his arms out just a little bit forward, just reaching for that last donut at the Renegades meeting and boom, there we go. Going back to the hospital.
There was a smaller GoBot named Wrong Way who had a similar transformation and had the blades on his chest too.
Okay.
Similar helicopter mode, similar robot mode. Yeah. So it's a thing with GoBots apparently, not Twin Spin or whoever else, but they'll chop themselves up.
So speaking of GoBots, I was setting up my GoBots display case, and my daughter Maddie decided to play hide and seek in the basement. And I have the glass door open, and she bumps the glass door. That was the end of me setting up my GoBots.
No.
Yeah.
Did any break?
No, it's just, it'll be a while before I get into the mood again.
Yeah.
I got to get in the mood to play with
Is
anything.
she okay?
I assume.
I'm more worried about her than the GoBots. The GoBots are metal. They'll be fine.
I wouldn't worry about it. She didn't know how to read anyway.
More parenting tips for Paul.
Yeah, it is neat to see a GoBot like that, and a lot of them are kind of, when you compare them to Transformers, they're all so different. The aesthetic is so different. They stand out immediately if you didn't grow up with both of them. Mm-hmm. If you're from the Armada series, if that was if you're Surge's age or Christian's, you didn't grow up with GoBots, so that stuff probably looks super odd if you got to connect past Transformers. So that's a good choice.
I'll say this about GoBots, man. They did vehicle modes that Transformers still have never done. a lot of the transformations were pretty unique. It wasn't like they were doing a bunch of repaints or a bunch of, reusing the same engineering over and over again. Like they were, they get ripped on, and I get it. The cartoon was lame, but there were some really cool and interesting ones. And occasionally here and there, I'll find one at like a, used toy store and be like, all right, cool. I'm picking up this one.
GoBots are awesome. I think their biggest downfall is that they're smaller than Transformers. And so they come off as like dinky.
Yeah.
But they're actually really neat. Their combiners are excellent. Puzzler and is it Monstrous? Yeah. Like those are both excellent combiners, way better than Devastator. Like as far as a toy goes, just blow it out of the water. They don't have a bunch of combiner bits. And we can't hear you, Rick.
You're really saying that Puzzler is better than Devastator? I mean, you could like, touch Puzzler and the top will just fall off because there's nothing really connecting the sirens to the top part.
It's called gravity. But see, I can tap Devastator and it all falls apart as well, unless you got like a nice G1 Mint one or something, right?
And Devastator will likely break.
Yeah.
Knock it over, it's going to break. Yeah.
At least Hook will.
I know. I find the engineering on GoBots very underrated.
I do too, honestly. Like as a kid, I definitely liked them. I honestly think I liked them better than Transformers because they were better for my tiny hands, because they were small, and a lot of Transformers were too big to mess with. What is that face?
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Oh,
There's a lot of great toys in both lines. There are definitely GoBots better than Transformers, and there's Transformers better than some GoBots.
But they were so easy to play with.
The size classes, like the smaller GoBots, most of the smaller GoBots are way better than the first couple of years of small, the little mini vehicle Transformers.
Yeah.
It's the larger GoBots that just suck ass compared to the larger Transformers. They're most of the time god awful, especially the first wave where they all had the exact same transformation, like top of car becomes head, flappy little arms,
Yeah.
Awful.
What was that one?
Super GoBot Cycle was really nice though.
What was that one that became the like futuristic car? Looked like a hovercraft.
Xemon. Like Xemon and Bug-Bite.
Psycho.
Oh.
I'm going to go with Peter on this.
Yeah. It's Psycho.
It's Psycho. It's from Space something Cobra, some anime from the 80s. It was called Psycho Roid in the Machine Robo line, and they ported it directly over to Super GoBots.
Yeah. The time traveler one, the time travel machine.
Cobra, that's crazy.
Wasn't he like the GoBot equivalent of Shockwave? Where he was like their mad scientist in the cartoon, I want to say.
Thought that was Baron Von Joy.
Yeah. It was a very similar transformation, but it was a Porsche.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Is that, again, like Xemon and Bug-Bite, they all transform the same, where it's the middle of the car and the halves fold together and legs fall out. Yeah.
Well.
And what I still need from that one is there's a knockoff called Knight Rider Becomes Robert.
Becames Robert.
Becames Robert.
Becames Robert.
I hope that's on the show.
If they are, I want to buy it. I've been looking for that toy for a decade. I've had an eBay saved search, and it's a shitty neon colored knockoff of that toy, and it's absolute garbage. But it says Knight Rider Becomes Robert, and my name is Robert, so I got to get it.
It goes. It's like $2-3 now.
Yeah, it shows up in the pimp sometimes, but
it is hideous too. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's not even G2. It's G3. Well, I'm going to volunteer to go.
Oh.
So I got something. This is from Asia. But
Asia.
Towards the end of G1.
I thought of the same thing.
Orient.
Asia.
Apparently, you can't say Orient. My wife gets very upset when you say Orient.
My mom says it all the time, every time I go back to Iowa. So I assumed it was fine.
Yeah, well, So we were at the Dominican Republic once, and then I hear this lady going, "Oh, there's a Oriental girl on the beach who needs help," and my wife looks at her and says, "That's what you call a rug Oriental." Like one of the few times I've ever seen my wife pissed off.
Yes, I was aware that it's not the proper thing to say. That was the joke. So
there's a bunch of other words you can't say also.
Really? Let's name them.
So about that toy.
I'm almost certain that Peter has these. These are shampoo bottles. These are shampoo bottles from, I believe, Thailand, if I remember correctly. And they all have straps so you can hang them around your neck. And they come with sticker sheets for you to sticker them. And they come in several assorted flavors. There's mint, and then there's blueberry, and then there's strawberry. And they all have.
I want to smell like Soundwave.
Things that you can hang them around. It's like soap on a rope, but it's shampoo on a rope. Now you can take Soundwave in to the shower with you and take his head off and shampoo the little bit of hair you still have. But first, you got to walk past the guy in the shower to get to the ones in the back.
Clearly.
You like how I brought that all together?
Yeah, I would have liked to have. I would have joined. I would have stayed in the fraternity if I had one of those, and I would have walked into the shower with that all the time.
Yeah. Only I wouldn't have hung it around my neck.
Swift says this is clearly the finale of this entire channel, not just OMW. So we're a little loose tonight, must say.
Jeez, which part predicted that?
Well, having 6 people, might have been part of that.
Now with Rush gone, someone's got to take his place. Someone's got to tell it like it is.
Pour some of that soap out for Rush. R.L. Stein, baby. So Rick, how long ago did you get those? Tell us a little more.
I got these around 6 or 7 years ago. They just popped up, and somebody was selling a whole bunch of them, and I think I got them for like $30 a pop because I bought 3 at a time. Peter might remember.
They made the rounds in the pimps about a year and a half ago, and they went for way more than $30 a pop. So they're appreciating. And they're fun pieces. I only have the blue one because I was like, oh, when I did find them, I was like, oh, I want stupid color. I want Soundwave to look like Soundwave, And then now I live with regret for many hundreds of reasons.
You don't want pink Soundwave?
No, I mean I do now, but I didn't.
Yeah, pink Soundwave. And then there's.
I've always wanted that in my
mint.
heart.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So, is there any copyright stamps on that? Is it all completely KOs or what?
There's copyright stamps on the bottom. Oh, they were made in Malaysia. This is how you know you're getting old. I went to the doctor this week. He prescribed me bifocals. I'm getting bifocals now. Yeah. There's there. It says made in Malaysia. There's a number designation, a letter and a numeric designation on the bottom, and then there's a. I don't know if you can even see it. No. There's a Chinese dragon, like perched, like sitting up straight, like I'm a dragon. Shower with Soundwave.
Listen to the cool sounds of whatever happens in your shower.
I really want Ravage and Laserbeak shaped soap bars that would come with that as an accessory.
So these were made at, I want to say these were made, I want to say late 80s, early 90s is my guess. Because who in the year 2000 is going to go and make a Soundwave shampoo bottle in Malaysia?
Who wouldn't?
I mean, I agree with you, but also at the same time, who made that like 40-foot Optimus Prime in the middle of China? Like
yeah,
strange things happen, and that is I would definitely call that an Oofity. Very, very strange.
Yeah.
Never
It's
seen
an
it
odd-
before.
right.
I think
What?
Anna, I think you should split up Rick and Peter. That's really what I think should happen here. Otherwise, it might get dicey near the end. They've been at each other's throats.
Okay, yeah, I can
One of
see
them's
it.
been
I
at
see the
one of the
danger.
other's throats,
I
and
see
the
the
other one's been
signs of
ignoring
danger.
them.
So I will come to save them with some of my weird crap. Now, much like Rob, I like to show up on Ouch My Wallet, Oof My Wallet, whatever, and I tend to share weird stuff already. So I'm mostly going to be sharing things you've seen before, but that's if you've watched every single episode of Oof My Ouch My Wallet before, and you
Why
probably
wouldn't you?
haven't. Or perhaps you will go back and watch it now. Anyway, without further ado, I have, instead of a high quality, relatively high price transforming figure that isn't a transformer but is also a toilet, I have a high quality, very low price dinosaur friend. And I just thought I'd bring this guy because he's one of the weirdest transforming action figures I own. Even though, he's small, he's simple. I have 2 of them. I love this thing. 2, yes, 2. They come in 4 packs, and a friend of mine sent me 2 of them as a precious treasure. And this thing is, definitely a combination knockoff of various different things. From his explanation, it's actually a knockoff of a Jurassic Park toy line that they then put the bits into to make it into a transforming figure. That's what I understand this thing to be. It could be something else. Who the heck knows? But I love the fact that it transforms by turning into a horrific monster where its mouth splits open. Like that just makes me very happy because it's got the alien monster mouth bursting mode. It's a Gearwalk for the new generation.
It reminds me
Hashtag
of
body horror.
It's the Predator.
the
It
Predators.
almost
Yeah,
like
that's what I
if
thought.
McDonald's made toys and sold them at Walmart.
Yeah, and the weird thing about this, one of the weird things about this guy is it's good plastic, it's good joints, it's good quality. Like, it's actually a good little toy. It's just such a weird ass thing, It's a little transforming dinosaur weirdo guy, and don't worry, he's not hard enough to transform that I can't transform on camera. And there he is, in all of his glory.
Yes.
Little chubby robot man. Little robot arms.
Does he have
That looks like
Grimlock face?
Transmetal. It looks like Transmetal Megatron's helmet.
It almost looks like a little like Transmetal Rhinox's face.
I believe this is the one that is a Megatron head with his mouth removed. One of the 2 of them is a Megatron head with the mouth removed. The other one is slightly different. But these are just this is the kind of stuff I really enjoy collecting. Because it's not an official Transformer, obviously. It's not something that most of you all are going to go out and get. It's just something that is creative and fun and very expressive. It's this goofy-looking, angry, pissy little dinosaur with red eyes that transforms into a little Megatron baby. Who knows what the heck you even want to call it. And I just find it super fun to have things like this. I have all sorts. If you watch the show, I have all sorts of crap like this laying around my collection room. Like, there's all sorts of weird little transforming figures. In fact, there's more of them on the chair beside me. They'll be coming to visit soon. But I think this is probably my favorite just because of the simplicity. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be rare. It just has to be fun.
So how much does that weird McDonald's Walmart concoction sell for?
I didn't find it myself, so I actually don't know. I believe the price is relatively low. I could ask my friend how to get them if you need some.
No, don't do that.
Didn't you have a blue one? Was it? I seem to remember seeing that, but it was blue.
No, the other one is kind of a very similar color. It's kind of orange. Huh. They're just 2 different Jurassic Park T-Rexy thingies. I'm very good with dinosaurs. I know all the dinosaurs. T-Rexy thingy number 1, number 2, number 3. They're all good.
It's actually an Albertosaurus and a Allosaurus are the two dinosaurs there.
Thank you. The two dinosaurs represented by this one figure.
It's a dime bagadon.
Perfect.
Anna, that is cool. That you did not disappoint. That's exactly what I expected. Can't wait to see what else you have tonight. If we make it another round, it's almost been an hour. So we're gonna close this first round out with Mr. Peter, Mr. Destron.
I don't know what I want to show. I've got someone mentioned McDonald's, so I've got McDonald's stuff. It's just some McDonald's stuff. I've got a helmet. I don't know. Should I show off my helmet? I'll show off my helmet.
Is that the helmet you got when you visited?
Sure is.
That's a nice helmet. I need one of them helmets.
It's a nice helmet. This is the Transformers electronic voice changer helmet. There's no punctuation on the front. It says, "Have fun, talk like a Transformer robot." So I assume that's what you're supposed to do. It has an LED light, which was big, I guess, in 1984, and it looks like Optimus Prime's hat, sort of. And this was worn by our dude Kenji in the original Generation 1 manga, and they sold it here without any manga, so it was just a rando helmet that you could buy and put on your head. My head is way too big, and the foam is in too nice shape for me to try and jam it on my noggin, but it exists.
That box looks beautiful, man.
Yeah.
The box is in great shape. Yeah, I found this. Go ahead.
No, you tell.
I went up to Nashville for a work trip, and Rob and I, we when I go up to Nashville, Rob lives in the area, so we go play, and we went and played, and we found that. And it was fun.
That The Great Escape? If
Yep.
anybody knows Nashville, you know The Great Escape. I think there's some in Bowling Green as well. Was that something you were looking for? You had back in your mind, or were you just like, what the hell is that? I'm not going to buy it.
I knew that it existed, but you don't expect to find things like that, especially in a box that nice, just randomly on a jaunt. So it was one of those serendipitous finds.
Yeah,
A little weird.
that looks brand
rare.
new.
It's really great. Yeah.
It looks like it came out yesterday. That's really nice. Question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Is that a different helmet than the Halloween costume that came with the light up blaster?
Oh, you want to see that too?
Yeah, it's a
Sure.
bigger one.
Okay.
If you got it.
It's a bigger helmet.
It's a totally different helmet. Totally different helmet.
Okay.
Yeah. I wore the one that I'm about to show you. I wore during my second grade production of Food Wars, where I played Dark Chocolate, and they let me wear that Transformers hat as Dark Chocolate.
For a second, I swear to God, I thought you were going to say I wore that during my second wedding.
No. Second wedding.
I like how I have to stop and think about that. Did I wear that?
Yeah, I've had number of weddings. So whatever. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna give Rick's comment the big oof, because the big oof has to be shown tonight at least once or twice. And of course, he did not wear it at his wedding.
I don't know.
You don't know. I mean, you're right. You're right.
Maybe
At my wedding, I had our piano player introduce me with Darth Vader's theme, and I walked up to the aisle with that. So that, some weirder stuff could happen.
What did you have it in a church, or did you have it somewhere else?
Somewhere else. Yeah, I'm not allowed in churches.
Your mutton chops just burst into flames like an anime.
Oh, that would look really cool for about 2 seconds until your face burnt off.
I think we have a new viewer. Is anyone? Joshua Dial. He made a comment about he just found the Soundwave shampoo bottle on eBay. So you guys made a convert there.
Josh, what you going for?
Yeah, tell us what it's going for, Josh. Bring the heat.
Welcome to the best show ever.
Did you get the helmet? Oh yeah.
Oh Lord.
Oh, that's the more like Starscream there than Optimus, right?
No, you know what? There's another one.
There's another set, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not either of these.
Oh, gotta get up.
But
is that the one you wore?
That mask is now. That mask is now in my kink file. I'm really about it. I'm gonna need to get that for marital reasons.
And then it has a chest plate and a shield and a blaster and little wrist cuffs, and it's a whole little set.
Oh, woo. Get me all hot.
Yeah.
Can the cuffs be welded together?
Josh says the shampoo bottle is 50 big ones. Is it pink, blue, or mint?
50,000.
Can I just
wait? Can we just stop for a moment and consider the guy named Dial knows about soap and shampoo? I mean, I smell conspiracy here.
Burn.
Watch out in case someone named Dove posts anything.
Zest.
This is what I thought you were talking about, Peter.
No. Different one. Yeah, that one's cool too. I think it's the same gun.
That's the one I was thinking of. That's the one I was looking for.
This is the Autobot dress-up set.
Yeah, this is the Decepto pack that I have over here.
Yeah, there's no... Actually, look at the face right there.
Yeah, different face. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just that one guy.
Rob, how's that one tickling you?
I'm not as into that one.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
It doesn't have as much of a gimp mask, so.
This one has lips. Yeah, this one has wonderful lips and eyeballs.
Zed's dead, baby.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna try something different. I want to lead a little artist or crowd participation. So round 1 is now complete. I know I said it's not a competition, which it really isn't, but
you're making it one.
Yeah, let's just see. Like, who was everyone's favorite of the round 1? What do you think, guys? And I'm asking the crowd, not the five of you.
Yeah,
I want to see if anyone responds.
I was just gonna vote for me.
Yeah, you guys don't get a vote.
Yeah, well, I would vote for toilets.
Yeah, toilets.
I'd actually vote for toilets.
For weirdness, absolutely.
Yeah.
Toilet.
If Peter's Starscream mask was an official entry, that might take the cake. But the official entry was the Optimus Prime helmet.
Yeah, if Peter had presented it as a found bondage mask in a sex shop or something.
If I'd led with the gimp mask, yeah.
Yeah.
If Pete had not said anything and just slid off screen and then slid back.
And then holding the toilet bots like.
Oh, boy. Well, no one participated, so who cares who won the competition? We're going to go into round 2, because I think we can handle it.
How about we make round 2 rapid fire, and then round 3 we can just talk. So we can get to round 3.
How many rounds do you think we can have here?
All right.
I want to
There's no limit.
3 rounds.
It's no limit hold'em, Anna. No limit. Just want to point out, Zaldrun did come in and give us some participation, and he's going with Peter.
That's 100% of the vote.
That's 100.
That's a shutout.
Well,
Can we get a recount?
Swift, you don't count.
This
You bailed.
Right.
It's a screenshot.
Did
Okay.
Dial post what the shampoo bottles are going for?
50 with $8.50 shipping.
Yeah.
Any new colors?
There you go, Peter. Go get them.
He didn't
Yeah,
tell us the
broke.
color. All right, rapid fire. Is that right, Rick? I'm gonna take your lead. So you know we're not getting away without seeing a Starscream, right? So Kid Robot Flight Dunny in the Starscream colors. Look, his head is not just a rabbit, it's a jet. He's got thrusters on the back, custom item. There's also a Thundercracker and a Skywarp. They came blind bagged or blind boxed, but they were in equal distribution. So it's actually not hard to complete the threesome if you like it. This only came out once. This was like maybe 2013, 2014, something like that. I just remember where my office was when I got this. It's been kind of a while. Anyways, if you're into vinyl toys, these are cool. These are kind of into the reaction. It's like street arty kind of thing, but Kid Robot Flight Dunny. It's not called Starscream, but it is. So very weird.
Lawsuit's on the way. All right, and I need y'all to help me pick. Would you rather have violence, expensive, or G1? With
G1. Lightning round, do G1.
I go G1.
All right.
I go violence.
Violence, duh.
Oh, I got 2 and 2.
Show me the guy one. Peter.
I need a tiebreaker. I think
My
Peter.
vote's better.
G1. All right, G1.
Peter, you traitor.
All right, this is a late entry. I just thought of it and pulled it off. This is my knockoff Minosaur.
What is that? Awesome.
And this thing is actually expensive now. A lot of people refer to it as G3 Minosaur. Why they skipped G2? I guess because there is one. So
yeah, why did Hasbro skip G2? We're all waiting.
Right? Yeah. I thought of him because his colors are similar to Knight Rider Becomes Robert. But this is probably one of my favorite knockoffs. It's extremely garbage. It is just 100% garbage. You know, I'm surprised it hasn't broken into a million pieces. It has cows all over it. It is a Dairy Con. Wait, and you're not going to be able to see it because of my shitty camera. But, like, there's a little sticker here that is cow horns. Down Minosaur's side, it's rainbow stripes with bull horns on the sticker there.
Rob, bring it a little closer to your face, without moving your face, because it's off panel on the final show.
Oh, gotcha.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't want people to miss it.
Yeah. It is like, other than that, you know, it's your typical shitty G1 knockoff thing going on, right? And most of the stickers, like I said, are fine, except for the cow-themed ones, which are a thing. But he's got pretty great colors. And, yeah, and on the back here, Breakdown also has more cow. You know, need more
So
cow.
this is a Dairy Con toy?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It's a vintage knockoff of some sort, like Taiwan or something. Like, I have the box somewhere, I'm pretty sure. At least I used to. I hope I didn't throw it away, because the box was pretty glorious as well, because it's a box set. You know, and
I think
it has the full
box
thing.
Like pink, right?
The box what?
I think the box was like pink. Mostly pink.
I can't remember. It's pretty
It was
colorful.
fluorescent.
Yes. Much like the toy, so.
Well,
It's
that
gorgeous.
You don't see it a lot, and it's one of those things that's weirdly valuable now. But, you know, if it shows up kind of like Knight Rider Becomes Robert, or the Beast Machines, what's his name, knockoff, Night Scream knockoff, that I'll never get because it's now like $150, and I'm not going to pay that for it. But for Big Lots knockoff.
That looks like Autobot Minosaur to me. You know, like that's what that is.
Yes.
It's pretty.
Yeah. It's
All
a
right.
fun.
All right, keep going.
Yeah, I think that's
so-
a good one. Never seen that before. Thanks for sharing.
I talked
Yeah,
about
you have.
this.
You've been in my collection room.
Yeah, there's like 8,000 other things. I don't remember them all.
I talked about this piece in the last Oof I was on, and so because I do find it a little bit weird, I actually brought it. It is my Pat Lee Optimus Prime sketch before he was actually like drawing Transformers, and he didn't quite remember how to draw Optimus Prime, so it's not quite fully how Optimus Prime should look. But yeah, it's a Pat Lee Optimus Prime sketch, and I watched him do it, so it was him despite all the jokes and whatnot. So this was before the whole Dreamwave Transformers comic took off. This was after he had just done like a little wizard pinup. And I was into Transformers, and I was into comic books, and he was at Chicago Comic-Con, or maybe it was Wizard World Chicago at the time, and I got this for free. And
That looks like Optimus Prime goes to the baseball game.
It
looks like
not even sure he's Optimus Prime.
Am
I always
Optimus?
thought is this like Orion Pax, like where he doesn't have the full armor?
I want to say it looks like, okay, and amuse me or humor me. In Five Faces of Darkness Part 3, when Rodimus killed himself, goes back in, or he shorts himself out, whatever, goes back into the Matrix, and he's like checking out all the blah, 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 and the history and stuff. There's I want to say purple and yellowy looking dude in the gladiatorial arena.
Yeah.
With that look.
And it didn't have the face mask, right? You saw his face, that character, right?
Not quite Optimus.
Yeah.
He has like the hat, and I think he had a face mask, but it wasn't like defined. It was just like a, hey, I'm a generic friend, and and he did whatever he did, and he died.
If it wasn't for generic friend, I wouldn't have any friends.
Dude, I think that looks like
I'm
Bombshell
pretty sure
put on a
the guy that
costume.
Peter just described is going to be in the next wave of Super 7 toys.
would be
I'm all for it. You know who I want to see in the Super 7 line? Big Red. Do you guys know who Big Red is?
I do
Not off the top of my head, no.
From the G1 comic, right? It's a big
comic,
big red
first
guy.
first panel, first issue, whatever. Like it was like this big guy, and he's like grabbing a Jedi there, like punching it.
Yeah, but somebody got that name already, so it'd be like Autobot Big Red.
I'm okay with that. Big Red showed up in the pop-up book. He was like a side. I don't think he was named, but like he was drawn in the book
By Matthew Reinhardt. Yep.
Yeah, by Matthew Reinhardt.
He's super into Transformers, man.
I was talking with him today. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a good guy. All right, I'm gonna keep it simple. This is G1. This is from England. This is Cadbury. You know Cadbury Easter Bunny?
Yes.
This is the Cadbury Easter Bunny Transformers card game. All right. So the way you got this, you'd have to go to the Cadbury store in England in order to buy this card game. All right.
Can I do that right now?
And these are the cards,
Go.
right? And then you get 2 cards that are the instructions. And then this is the art on the cards.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Oh, I
great.
want that hot rod.
Ooh.
I want everything there.
Ooh, that's sexy. Like it. Never seen those before.
Those are cool.
Is it like a Go Fish game or is it its own thing? Like, don't read the instructions to us, but
Well, if I had to guess what it is, I would say the object is to
oh
be the
Jesus.
first player to collect a set of 4 cards with the same picture.
So it's its own thing. Simple,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
It's
Does it
its own
say?
thing.
It probably doesn't, but who drew those? Does it say who drew them?
1986.
So pre-Brexit. Okay.
It looks like they took pictures of the toys and just like traced it, like it's like rotoscope.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's
They are
it looks
straight
cool.
off the toy.
That looks really
Yeah.
cool.
It does look really cool.
So this was at the Cadbury chocolate store in Bath.
Rick, how easy would it be, you would say, to do a strip version of that game and have Peter wear his mask?
He wouldn't be wearing it long.
Yeah, well,
No, that's
Wait
the
for
fine.
TFCon,
right?
baby.
that'll be the next show. Oi, my wallet.
PFCon 2020. Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
I'm in.
So Anna,
It's my turn. What about Phil?
Here,
He
he had
went.
the drawing.
Yeah, he had
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My brain
we're
is.
rapid fire. We're
he
going
had that
real quick.
amazing
I get it.
drawing
I'm
of
forgettable.
Autobot Bombshell.
Yeah, and it totally made me think of something I want to show too. So it's all good. But I'm not going to show it yet because I want to talk for a long time when I show that, for like at least 2 hours. So.
What about Lightning Round? Don't you
This is a lightning
understand?
Oh yeah, I'm the problem with lightning round. I'm gonna start gonna read my instructions. So
I didn't read all of them.
as you all know, I like to collect weird Transforming figures that are not Transformers, and I recently bought one that was from a line that I had never touched before because, as I mentioned on the show, I'm trying to collect all of the Zords / robots from Power Rangers Dino Thunder / Alpha Ranger because that was my first cosplay when I was a teenager or whatever. So it's cool to collect all the Zords from it as transforming robot figures. But they didn't make a white Stegosaurus in that set. Snarl was not white, so he did not work for my purposes. So I had to find a different transforming white Stegosaurus who is too big for my camera because he's pretty large. And this is one of the weirdest transforming figures as far as how it transforms. Was it
Dinosaur?
It's because it like the head is the feet, right? That's the robot's feet that turn into a head. Its knees are bucked up to turn into the middle part of the figure, and the back of the figure, like its head, its chest is shoved into the knees, and its head is right there. And it still comes out to be kind of a cool looking Stegosaurus thing. Like it. The funny thing about this figure is like all pictures I could find of it online were mistransformed. So I looked around trying to figure out like, can that really be what it is? And I eventually found someone who made a video of transforming it a couple years ago and figured out how to transform it actually correctly. So this thing is, it's from a whole line. There's like a whole set of like 5 or 6 of this version. There's also a like slightly simpler version that's combiners that don't turn into robots, but they do combine into a big robot. There's another set that's very similar to this, but just a little bit different in the head sculpts. And yeah, there's just a lot of these guys. I picked up from Sir Toys, so that's where I found it.
Don't take this as a disparaging comment, but if you put a gun to my head and made me identify what that thing was, I think I'd be dead 2 years ago before I chose Stegosaurus.
Really?
I'd probably pick Anteater first, or like Aardvark. Like, what is that thing?
Look at that Stegosaurus head. That's obviously a Stegosaurus that can't look down.
I mean,
it's the fins that are kind of like missing, in my opinion.
Yeah,
like,
it's fins.
they're there. It just looks like bony fishtail. It's crazy though.
It's very stylized.
Yeah,
it could definitely be a Michael Bay Dinobot. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's what the person I found who had a transformation video of it claimed that these were based on the Michael Bay movie Dinobot design. I don't actually think they are. I think they're just based on whatever the hell they want to be today, which
is the same as everything in the Michael Bay universe. Funny enough.
True enough. Good point. One of the cool things I'm going to share, just one more thing, is that if you open up his tail, that's his axe inside of there, so you can pull out his giant battle axe for him to play with. One of the kind of bummers, though, is every picture of this thing online is white. Mine is definitely, like, lived in a smoker's basement for 6 years. White. It's definitely that off-white color things turn after a long time, which I imagine was probably, like, a storage thing or something that it didn't actually come white. But who cares? It's an obscure thing, and it allows me to have a set of, sort of kind of transforming Zord things. I'm excited about it.
I say if Macross Plus had transforming dinosaurs instead of jets, that would be where that thing goes. But that's what I think, and no one cares.
Okay, Peter.
Okay, this is not an official thing. We're lightning rounding, and it's sitting here. This is a fanzine called Transburst. Has a picture of Starscream on it. If you can, see, sideways. And anyway, it's a Kabaya buyer's guide. It was released in 1997, and it reads left to right, which is unusual. It's all in Japanese, and it has scans of all the instructions from every Kabaya piece from 1985 through some Brave stuff toward the end. They've got some.
Dude.
Yeah. What?
That is awesome.
I'm a big fan. It's got Beast Wars stuff, Beast Wars Second, Beast Wars Neo, Victory, the Seacons, all the other Master Force stuff.
Oh,
and
man, it's on my bucket list for someone to make a scan of that book and give it to me.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Interesting.
Really
So I'd have to find someone who has a copy and make copies of it. But it's like home stapled and like home printed. It's like pieces of paper that are folded up with like a little plastic sheet for a book cover. It's really weird and neat. And I found it and it was like Kabaya guide from 97. I'm getting that. So I did.
That is.
It's very DIY.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah,
It's just super cool. Like, that's a really cool part of fan culture.
Yeah, I haven't seen a zine since my DIY band days. I wonder if you could find that if you were following around the Cybertronic spree. Maybe like some kids with at the merch table might have one of those, but probably not. I don't think that's where you got it. That's like super, like invaluable information in that book.
Yeah, Kabaya stuff, especially the first couple of years worth, is just scarce.
That's cool.
The oldest I go back is I've got a couple Kabaya from the Headmasters era. That's the oldest I can afford.
Yeah, they get expensive really quickly. I don't think I even have as far back as Headmasters. I think I have a couple of the vintage Seacons, and I've got some of the PD types, the little chibi guys with the black ball marbles.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought about bringing it. It's a Kabaya release of just basic Micromasters. They're not even, Microtransformers. It's the Rescue Patrol. They're not even like kits. I don't know what the hell's going on there. But they're released by Kabaya, and they don't say Transformer on them except Microtransformer on the title. Weird set.
I remember when I first got into getting on the internet, looking at Transformer stuff, I found out about the Kabaya stuff, and there was like some website, some like old Angel Fire website, I don't know, that had like pictures of all of them. Really nice. It had the whole collection, like with the numbers and everything, and I've never been able to find that again, like since pre-2000, unfortunately. And that's the only reason. It's like my memory is what I go off of, what exists for Kabaya in G1 from that website that I visited one time, but it blew my mind.
I wonder if the guy who wrote this, because there's like a little intro page and like it says "Welcome to 1997," Kabaya. But I can't read it. I don't know. There's just some things are in English. I wonder if the same dude who did this, or someone like in cahoots, did that website.
That's kind of what I was thinking when you showed that. I was like, oh my god, I wonder if that's the non-website version of that dude's info. Because he had every single one. Like, every G1 character, essentially, was a Kabaya in crazy color. So, very obscure. Beyond regular G1 collectors. Most people like say, oh, I would never collect the Kabayas. But I have a complete G1 collection. It's like, oh, do you? Do you?
You got to define complete. Maybe that's always a TFYLP show. What does complete mean?
Done that many times, I think.
Probably.
Yes.
Do it again.
Well, that was great. We did that round in like 15 minutes. And the first round took an hour. So, I feel like we can go again.
We didn't have excrement stories this time.
Yeah, we need some sort of bathroom-themed toy to bring out the conversation.
I have a story I want to share, but it doesn't have poop in it. I'm so sorry.
That's the wrong show, then.
I know.
Let's save it for microcasters.
I have stories, but I'll wait till the after show.
I'm going to have to make my own poop show. Poopless show. Sorry.
I was trying to think of an OMW that would fit that. But I can't.
No, there's something on there's.
I already gave you one. Oops, made waste.
Oops, made waste. That was good. I like that one.
Oops, made waste is correct.
So, I'm trying to decide. I got a few things I could show.
Do you need a pinch hitter? Do you need to swap it up while you think?
No, I'm just gonna go with the customs.
That's a great bot mode, by the way. Anna's holding up her Stegosaurus in bot mode, and it is pretty nice.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I dig that.
That's what it looks like. It's
cool.
gonna be a cool axe. It's not wonderfully articulated. The legs are pretty good. No ankle tilt. Wrists are ball jointed. That's nice, but the shoulders don't have a lot of flex. But it's super cool looking, and it's got this like. See, I took over. I stole your thunder. I'm not sorry. It's got this like kind of Gundam looking face. Kind of looks like a Guyver face actually, but kind of obscure. Yeah, I think this is super fun.
It feels like it has a tinge of like China in it, more so than Japan, just stylistically.
I'm pretty sure this is the Chinese toy line. I'm honestly not certain, but I think it is. Yeah, it's fun. Now you can talk again, Paul.
Okay. All right. Thanks for showing that. That's cool. So this is about, I think this is some of the weirdest stuff out there, so I'm saving it for round 3. I may have shown one of these on Ouch back in the day, but I'm a big fan of the Suck Lord, and I have what I believe to be his entire gay Energon toy line sealed on card. This is Rodimus Prime with 2 Ds, and you can see he signed it.
No, it's Rodimus Pride.
Oh, Pride. Yeah. Best part is that it's actually Bumblebee, It's like nothing to do with So, this stuff these are all characters that never got made. These are just way out there. You can pause it if you want. I'm not going to go too deep in it, but like
it's all over the internet.
These are great. Yeah, you can find these, but this is like what it's from. So,
yeah.
And so I got another one. I got Beta Banji, which someone a little more into the culture might have to explain that one to me. I don't know. But this one's, this is Action Master Shockwave parts. It's just kind of funny. And more cool guys on the back.
Grundle.
Daddy Kron. TVA Smegmatron. I mean, just, you can't beat this stuff. And I have one more from this line. This is the Suckle figure, which is a play off of the Muscle Men.
Muscle. Yeah.
This one's again Bumblebee. I feel like these parts are custom though. Like he didn't just, swap out something else. This is kind of a totally different thing. And again, more of the dudes on the back. So pretty weird, pretty out there.
It's definitely out there.
Yeah, I just sometimes this stuff shows up on eBay, and these are old. These are like 10 years old.
Yeah.
These and these are small run. He makes like a batch of 10 or 20 at a time, and then builds the cards up and stuff. And I started liking the Occupy Cybertron stuff. That's what I got first, and then I had a chance to get this Shockwave figure, and I was like kind of hooked at that point, and so now I just got them all. Plus these colors are so crazy. They stand out, but sometimes they stand out in a way that you don't want them to, so they kind of they're kind of hidden away a little bit.
Didn't that guy spend the night at your house once?
He did. He was invited. He was allowed to. He didn't find his way there by accident. So, anyways, yeah, check him out. He's called the Suck Lord. He hasn't done. He still does a few weird Transformer things here and there, but he hasn't done like a dedicated, like multi-figure run of stuff in quite a while. I think he's kind of getting out of that, like pop culture stuff. But he's sort of the originator. Like you can find a lot of people that do this kind of stuff. Maybe not to like that degree, but he sort of started that whole crossover DIY toy thing that's like a little counterculture and pushes the envelope a bit. So I like that stuff. I have more of it, but I just showed you the gay Energon stuff.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd get through tonight without seeing some gay Energon. When else are you going to talk about it?
Right. I mean, that's when I had to.
Yeah.
I could have done
Pride
something
Month?
else, but I just thought like this is kind of the moment for that weird stuff. That's it. I'm done with
Rob.
that. Unless anyone has
Right.
questions or wants to talk about the bathroom.
So I guess I'll go with violence next. I have a gun.
Fuck.
Some of y'all probably know what this is. I have a small transforming gun collection, and I'm not going to bring them all out. So they're all over there. They're all vintage. Megatron's like the oldest one in that line. No, yeah. And Browning was as kind of part of that little sub collection as well. This is actually by Bandai. This is Combat Robo. He has a fun feature where if you pull back, you're not gonna be able to see it on my shitty webcam, but you'll probably hear it. It ejects the shell.
Oh.
And it has like a real gun-ish. Let's see, what is it? Push it in. Yeah. You pull out the bullet clip and like you put it in the rubber bullets in there. Pull it back a little, and click it in, and you're ready to shoot your friend somewhere at the playground because it's a great toy. Great
Rob,
toy.
do you own firearms?
No, I own a bunch of toy firearms, and that's it.
Do you there's a set of like very, very crappy low quality KO
No, I know what you're talking about.
little guns? You don't have a set of
didn't-
those?
No, that was like a 15 pack of them, and they're all really shitty.
I only have 4, but they're pretty terrible.
They are terrible. This one, I picked it because I think it's probably the worst looking one. And like Megatron doesn't look that great. Browning, I think, looks awesome. There's the not tread shot that actually looks pretty good with the big barrel chest. Like this is what this guy does to transform. These are his arms. There, it's a panel that folded down. Now wait, that's not his arm. Sorry, that's his blast shields. Then he has these are his arms. And that's his square head that rotates up. And then the legs just come down. You got to kind of work them down a bit. And when they're down, like his handle, there's a piece inside that is still just there the whole time. And like he's still as wide as a gun in robot mode. It's just, it is not a good Transformer.
That's
But it is
not
absolutely
that different than my
ridiculous.
garbage ones.
Yeah. But it is, like, I'm pretty sure the box art of this is like a kid going, shooting the gun or whatever. It is a different era, friends. And, it's got a stamp on it from '83, so it's things they don't make anymore, and they probably shouldn't.
No, they shouldn't.
It was you know what I'm looking for? I've been looking for this for 20 years. When I was a kid, I had the Rambo machine gun. It was a machine gun, and it had a clip that you could just pop into it. It was a black gun with a silver clip, and you squeeze the trigger and it went brrr.
Yeah, it made a terrible sound.
Yeah, I found all the other Rambo stuff.
Very loud.
I can't find that Rambo machine gun.
Yeah.
One of my favorite toys as a kid.
And there's one other in my gun robot I didn't talk about. It's the revolver, or another of the revolvers, but its chest is sideways, and that it's got like a big barrel chest because of it, and that one's actually pretty cool too. This is definitely the dorkiest one of the bunch, in my opinion. Like, AKA also the worst one, but the action feature is fun. He's just a clack, clack. It's like a real person with a gun. That's what kids need.
So if somebody breaks into your house, you got to run to the collection room.
Transforming. Yeah, see?
I like how he's got ear protection on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that picture reminds me of like the old Diaclone commercials where like the dad's smoking, like the kid comes up to him with a toy and the dad's like, yeah. Like,
Did you see the somebody translated the microchange gun robo ads recently, I guess, and the one for, I believe it was the Walther P38, has a picture of a drawing, an illustration of a Japanese kid wearing an SS officer uniform with swastika, and he's like proudly displaying his gun, like, hey, and it's like, oh no. I mean, that was in the 80s. There's just no chill there. You guys need to stop.
Somewhere the kid who was the actor in that commercial is now a grown man, and that picture of him exists.
He's like, I can't run for
you
office.
have to go for like a job interview, and they're like, yeah, we Googled you. Can you explain this?
Just you.
I've brought great shame to my family.
Like, he's still trying to get modeling gigs or acting gigs, and that's part of his, his portfolio.
He's doing cameos.
That's brutal. Brutal.
Rob,
Wow.
I feel like that toy gun is like what the kid was holding when Carl Winslow shot him by accident, and like the pre-Die Hard thing. Like Carl Winslow in Die Hard was like, I accidentally shot a kid and it was a toy gun. Like, that was the toy gun that he was holding.
It was on set at the commercial photo shoot too.
It would actually be funnier if it was like an inflatable gun that was like pink and white and blue. He's like, oh, I shot a kid and it was a toy gun.
Well, like that child in that photo, we have now all discussed it in a public setting. So we're right there with you. We're right there with you, young gun combat robo kid.
See, I'm just upset that Rob can't tell if that's actually a submarine.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Upside down submarine.
Yes.
All right. That was great. Who's going next? That was definitely an oofity, I must say.
I believe my turn is next, and I think it's not a surprise that one of these shows up in this. And so, this is. I'm probably one of 3 people in this group that has it. There's only 19 of these made. Made actually by a person in this.
Are they really a person, though?
I don't know. PFCon 2019 exclusive, Phil Switch. It's a toy of me. So
Secrets
yeah.
out.
I have a toy made of myself that is a pretty nice small batch custom that is made by the PF Con convention runner person gentleman,
whoever that is.
Right.
Mysterious entity.
Four of us.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a bio on the back. We got even PF clones, Frieza, and the prototype only PadreCon shown on the back here. But yeah, it's the Combiner Wars, the Titans Return double header here with what is that, Cancer's head that's on there. And then I am blanking. At P3 is the little dude, the overkill repaint. So there are two Chicago cons packaged here. So I have a little sidekick that I come with.
So it's like a gift set.
And what's that?
It's almost like a gift set in a way.
Yeah, I mean, because there is another one, Frieza, that was packaged with this set. But Frieza's not me, so I'm showing me. And yeah, I was like, should I show this for the lightning round? I was like, no, I want to talk about me. I want to talk about my toy. So I've never actually taken them out of the package.
Wait, so you getting a toy made of you didn't like make you really, really pissed off and just like divorce yourself from all of those people forever and never speak to them again because you were so mad about it? That didn't happen?
So that wasn't the catalyst for why that person never spoke to that group again. I kind of insulted that person's fandom of a football franchise that caused him was the final straw. So
that's not the story I heard.
Yeah. What you're talking about was certainly part of that. But yeah, this is Phil Switch right here. So really, really nice, neat little paint job. I especially love the deco, the brushing on the wings there, and it's a fun little toy. We got kind of some Chicago red and light blue in there. So I dig it. I dig that I've got a toy named after me. It's Double Header is one of my favorite Transformers. So yeah, I'm super stoked to own this little dude here.
I mean, I gotta say, not a lot of people have a toy of themselves. That is maybe Michael Bay has one.
Wrestling too.
You know what? I'd appreciate it, Phil, if you wouldn't play with yourself on camera like this.
You'd appreciate it, but I'm still gonna do it.
That's so funny.
So yeah, and then we got some sweet artwork here too. For
the art is really good. I really like the art.
Yeah, no, these are high quality small run customs here that the person who made them has some talent and skill, despite what people tell him to his face all the time otherwise.
I mean, there's a difference between making toys and burning ribs. So
I mean, it's I'm just gonna not say.
I mean, I have neither skill personally.
Is this a show or a roast, Phil?
Thank God that person's not a parent.
Right.
Peter, we're getting a request for you to put the mask back on, just so you know.
You don't have. It's only Swift, so
Swift, you can just message me directly. We're good.
Call Peter anytime. We haven't gotten a lot of comments in a while.
Mask session.
Do we?
I feel like it's like wait. One guy's playing with himself. Peter needs to put the mask back on. This is all just really come together way better than I thought it would tonight.
What a great show.
It's definitely some weird stuff.
They just talked about a kid dressed as a Nazi, the guy's playing with himself, and Peter's got a Transformer.
We could probably talk about
mask.
that less.
I mean, and all the toilet talk at the beginning.
All the toilets. Yeah.
The toilets are good. The toilets are good.
Well, at least we can admit this is not a usual show. This is a bit on the outskirts.
Who needs usual shows? There's a gajillion of those.
That's right.
That's why they're usual.
Rick, I think you're just chomping at the bit to show what's next.
All right, so I swapped out a G1 item for this. This, a a lot of people who may watch the show regularly know that I worked on Transformers Prime. So when I saw this on Marketplace, I had to go and pay the $5 for it. It's Connect 4 Transformers Prime Edition.
Yay.
Connect
you open the
Transformers.
I never knew that existed. That's for sure. But like, so how? What's special about like they are? Are all those chips? They have a face of a robot on them.
Yeah, you got to connect either the 4 Bumble. You got to connect 4 Autobots or 4 Decepticons. And
So
you
it's
got
basically the Cadbury game, but in Connect 4 form.
Yeah, purple or red. Hey,
You know, like there's a lot of obscure, weird G1 merchandising. You know, we've seen some of it tonight, and we've seen a lot of it on previous shows, especially from like Rick, Peter, and Nick's collections. Yep, there's some vintage ones, and I wonder if there's going to come a time where like there's still tons of weird Transformer merchandising stuff all the time. You know, like I know a lot of us probably have like the Timmy Toon toothbrushes and whatever.
Yep.
And I wonder if 10, 20 years, some of the kids that grew up with Prime and whatnot are be like, oh man, I just found this Connect 4 Prime from Transformers Prime. It's so good. I've been looking for this forever. I found it. Some dude that died, they had an auction at his house to get rid of all his junk, and I found it there. It was great.
Never mind all the other stuff I had, or the giant truck outside. No.
Connect 4.
It was the Connect 4.
That's
From
what I
Transformers
remember.
Prime.
Hey, it's hard to predict what's going to be the big thing.
That Connect 4 is Surge's Rosebud.
Did you see it? Rick has it. I saw it on the episode.
It's on the internet forever.
He's peeling out of his driveway, right? Oh, he's not, because he's just throwing snow around. But he's on his
He's
way.
spinning in his driveway in ice.
Yeah.
Peter, do you have that one?
I do. I have the Connect 4.
Yeah.
I have the Connect 4. I've got the movie Stratego, movie Jenga, movie Monopoly, regular Monopoly, the chessboard. There's a checkers set.
There's a whole bunch of them for the movie.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff for
But I've never seen one since the movie. So Transformers Prime checkerboard.
I feel like every show that Rick and Peter is on together, Rick turns into "Can I stump Peter?" And the answer is no.
I got
so far.
Yeah.
Not with your
He's got the icing. He's got
stolen
the icing.
crap.
I thought this wasn't a competition.
Yeah, I mean, not only
It's
do I
only
have
for
the
Rick.
icing that Peter will never have.
Yep.
So
Eat it.
It's not a competition for me, too.
You know what? I like Peter a lot because he finally I found someone who's on my level.
Oh, throw shade to all of us.
I look at a colleague, not a competitor.
Oh, wow.
But what does
The rest of us
Peter,
are just filthy casuals.
but what
Hey,
does
he's-
Peter think?
Helmet box, I don't have that.
Wow.
I like robots. I like being able to talk about robots with all my friends. So thank you.
Right?
That's why you're so great. I got a weird question, and I pose this challenge to anyone listening. I can think of. I don't own this, but I would like to know if any Transformers fans out there went all the way, and if any of them own Nexus Maximus. And when I say that, you know what I
know
mean.
what you mean. I know what you mean.
Who
You
said,
mean-
"Ooh, I have to own this. This is part of the collection now." I think that's on theme with the potty talk tonight. So, Anna, how are you doing up there in the top right corner?
I'm doing pretty well.
Would you
Thank you for checking in.
Would you like to give us a third Oofy?
I would like to talk about something weird, yes. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think this is definitely in the spirit of Oof My Wallet because I didn't pay for this. So therefore it's like a negative oof. But it really connects to something Phil shared earlier, in my opinion. And I've talked about this on the show. I don't think I've ever showed it. But I'm gonna share a piece of art now. And this is it. I think it's more interesting because I'll like being able to be like, hey, it's this semi-famous guy who people kind of don't like in our fandom. I can say I have no idea who drew this, but I met the guy. So it's a fun story. So I have this ink art of Jazz. It is a nice, pretty high quality ink drawing.
Is that Jazz or is that Rad? I think that's Rad.
It is Jazz. It is definitely Jazz.
Yeah, it's Jazz.
And
That's like
it's because I can tell you about it.
That's a straight up watercolor, isn't it?
Yeah, it's ink. Yeah, it's just all blank ink. And I thought that it reminded me of Phil's because he really made his helmet look like a baseball helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was like kind of a sort of like a caricature artist. Like he didn't really draw Transformers, but he came over. I was at a toy show. I was working at a toy show in St. Louis, where I'm from, and I was selling figures. And I just happened to fall upon someone who was selling a big box of G1 Transformers, didn't know what they were, or wanted just, a hundo for them. So I bought them. And there happened to be like a really good condition G1 Jazz. So I put them on my table to sell. And this guy came and just started talking to me about Jazz. And we talked about Jazz for like an hour. And he, never introduced himself. I never got his name. But we talked about Jazz for a long time. I talked about how I really like the character and blah, blah, blah. But I'm still selling the toy because I need to make money, whatever. I'm at grad school. And he came back like 45 minutes later with this like still wet
Oh, wow.
drawing he had gone and made. He just brought it to me. And he was like, hey, I just really want you to have this. And I don't need anything for it or anything. I really enjoyed talking to you. I want you to have this. And I was like, that is so cool. Thank you so much. But it didn't get his name. And he didn't sign it. So I don't know who he is still, which is very strange, right? I have a piece of art that I really like, that I have in a prominent place in my collection room. I really don't know who drew it. So
he was trying to get you to ask him his name. He was trying to get you to talk to him, and he's like, "Here's some art. Now ask me about me." And
I wonder if you look.
Peter, have you ever seen my social skills?
I
didn't pick up on that.
Can you take it out of the frame and just look on the back for me real quick? I really need you to look on the back of that piece of paper.
Why?
Because I bet you his name's on there.
It isn't.
It is shifted. By the way, you're going to have to open it after the show.
I know, Rob. It's been out of alignment for like 6 months.
Spoiler alert, it might be Rick. It might be Rick's name on the back of that.
Yeah, I've been, hinting at this the whole time we've been on the show for the last 5 years.
What a climax. What a way to end the season.
You're this random guy who I ran into at a show.
I gotta say, the quality of the artwork is
really
quite
nice.
good.
Really,
Yeah.
really nice.
For someone, I assumed it was someone you just couldn't remember who it was, and someone would be like, "Oh, that's Charles Jenkins," like it looks like something like very Japanese actually, like that's not Studio Ox style, but like I don't know, it just looks like something from a Japanese artist.
I just want to
Kazama or
prove it to you, Rick. I just want to prove it to you. Look at this.
Put a black light on it.
No names.
Oh.
No identifying materials.
You got to put lemon juice on it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like,
what's the trick in Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
I was thinking more
It's very good.
stealing the Declaration of Independence or whatever.
Yeah, this is honestly like kind of sort of, it's a strange thing, but it's kind of one of my favorite pieces in my collection. Just because, there's only one of it. It's a fun story. It does make my husband slightly nervous that I have this up in my display room at a prominent place, given that it was given to me by some random guy at a toy show. But you know what? I think it's so
We need to
cool.
post a picture of this across all of our social medias, and we need to find this guy.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Let's find out who
It
it
would
is.
be fun. It makes you slightly anxious, but in a positive way, so it can be fun.
What
So
it
yeah,
made
I'm
me
really glad I was able to share this with you guys because it's actually been behind me the whole time we've been doing the show. On the shelf, it's on the very top back there by my big Voltron, and it's been in like every show we've recorded for like the last year. So
the kind of watercolor has a lot similar, kind of looks like paint sometimes, you know. And what it made me think of was the Marvel Transformers comic about Jazz, like number 8 or something, the UK version, Transformers UK. You remember what I'm talking about?
Man of Iron.
Man of Iron. Yeah. I don't know, for some reason it made me think of that, which, you know, I haven't looked at that issue in a long time, but
that one has really great art. It's toy based, but like everyone looks like the toy painted. Like yeah,
that's
Trailbreaker all on fire, and yeah,
it's just made me think of it.
I just want to show the really cool impressionist Autobot symbol before I put them away.
It is good. I like that. I noticed that earlier, and I'm glad you zoomed in.
Thought it was really cool. So yeah, that's.
Well, with the demise of OMW, or the postponement or whatever, maybe we need to make a Transformers Misconnections show, or like Unsolved Mysteries with not Robert Stack, you know. The creator of this art has never been seen again.
A girl at a convention.
It's actually just hosted by the third-party toy stack.
Yeah, I know. It just has to be like a picture of Ultra Magnus with someone trying to do a Robert Stack voice.
Has anyone ever seen the Cooking with Ultra Magnus YouTube video where he makes a grilled cheese sandwich? Okay, then don't worry.
Oh.
All right, Peter. Let's close out round 3.
I want to address Rick's bottle cap collection.
My bottle cap collection?
Yeah,
That's
your
a
bottle
call
cap
out.
collection.
That's a call out.
Let's see it. What's that on your left?
Where am I looking at?
To your immediate left. Did you not walk over with it? No. Swing back toward us. Right there.
He's saying it's in front of you.
It's in front of me?
Like somewhere to your left. No? Right there. You brought something. You went away. You came back. You brought something over.
I was playing with this.
I was playing with that?
Yeah.
Well, that's less fun than the weirdo bottle cap collection. I thought we all got the bottle caps from Pimps. From that guy in Brazil.
No, mine's still waiting to be mailed to me. It's at Kyle's house.
Oh,
Kyle.
Damn it, Kyle.
It's at Nick's house.
Okay. I guess, yeah. Okay. Sorry. I thought I saw you. I thought I saw it in your hand.
You
I
are
was
forgiven.
deciding if I want to use this for the show or not, because this is one of the harder ones to get. I don't have the Jetfire
belt
one.
clip. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone has the Wheeljack and the Starscream, but there's a Soundwave and the Jetfire one.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Yes, Peter.
Yay. Okay.
We lost Phil.
No, Phil. So what I've got here, it's an evolution revolution. Does anyone know what this is?
Yes, it's a giant carded Cheetor.
And on the back, it has all the Transmetals characters, and Rhinox. So, and you got
famous Transmetal character, regular Rhinox.
So it's got a picture of Beast Machine's Boss Monkey there, and then the season 2 cast and Rhinox, and this is something that it was brought up earlier on the show, actually.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
And this was
I hate you.
So it says it's Chao Ning-Yon-Shi. I'm sorry if I'm butchered that. It is deluxe class.
Oh.
Night Scream from Beast Machines. And he is small, and it's just an way undersized knockoff of the Ultra Class Beast Machines Night Scream figure. Same translucent plastic, same transformation, same everything, same wonky head. And it's pretty great.
Are the colors the same?
Colors are about the same as the toy. It's not cartoon colors.
So the appeal for this toy, for anyone who's like, why, is it's actually more in scale now. Because in the show, he's a normal-sized robot, but his toy is this big, huge, gangly mess, and it's a piece of crap.
Yeah.
And it breaks all the time.
It's made of translucent plastic, so it's really, that.
And Rick has it.
Yeah. Has one too.
Unfortunately, I wasn't, when that was like making the rounds at Big Lots for $5, I wasn't, into things really at the time. And now it's hard to find. It's also like Rick really shouldn't be messing with it. It is known to be extremely brittle.
Is it pretty fragile?
For ouch my wallet. For not ouch my wallet. For cut the tape one day.
Ah.
Really?
Open, yeah.
Well,
So
if you have
was
an
the-
extra or you want to sell yours, let me know.
Was that weird kind of hollow primal they made? Was that the same
Yes.
people? Okay.
I have that.
I
And
had
it's-
that. It kind of
And
fell
that
apart.
That one was more show accurate than what we got too.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Extremely show
big,
accurate.
yeah,
It's
big
a
and
piece of crap,
clunky,
but
and
it's-
yeah.
It was crazy simplistic, but it actually did look like him. It looked just like him.
So, you know why we got that big Night Scream? Was because Hasbro thought that would be the next big breakout character. You know, that's going to be the next.
Oh, was the
Cheetor.
kid appeal?
Yeah, we need
God,
to
he was not appealing to kid.
character.
If I was kid,
He wasn't a good character.
I was kid.
IMO.
Was that an emo hairstyle? Was that too early
Yes.
to be an emo hairstyle?
It was the progenitor of all emo hairstyles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giant Night Scream, little itty bitty Cheetor. No, Silverbolt. Sorry.
Silverbolt, yeah.
We did get the tiny.
I mean,
silver
and
ball.
we got 3 different sizes of Cheetor for that line. We got 2 different sizes of Primal for that line. We got the single
I
rat
thought
trap.
3 primals.
Well, one came out in R&D.
Well, there was the deluxe one. Yeah, okay.
We did get a pretty accurate rat trap from McDonald's.
The McDonald's one was the best. Yeah, there it is. There's that Primal. The McDonald's Happy Meal one was the best, like, Night Scream and rat trap that we got for a while. They're just
Yeah.
small and
And
They
probably
work well
the most
enough.
accurate Black Arachnia too, because the Black Arachnia toy didn't look anything like her, but it's a really great toy.
it's a fun toy.
Beast
And then
Machines is not.
Next, the Australian Happy Meal Beast Machines figure.
Do they all come with a knife?
No, they come with a spoon.
Okay. Knife and spoony.
They're somewhere in the garage. I haven't done.
Since we segued, I do want to briefly talk. Like, this is an original thing. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. And here's the transformation. You spin it, and like this robot head tucks in the chest, and then that one goes on, and that's literally it.
And
It is.
EV we've got.
And if you're like that, and look at that head. Look at that. It is sad. It doesn't want to exist. It is the worst head sculpt I've ever seen in my life.
That
It is-
is the gorilla head that someone has mounted on their, in their hunting trophy room. Is that a gorilla with that same exact expression?
Did you know how happy I was to get that as whatever teen I was to actually have a primal that looks like the Beast Machines version? I was excited.
You know what we need is for OMW regulars. We need this head on Sassy Kong. But what's funny is like that head is so terrible. But again, it's all original. But this head's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that
I mean,
good.
So I don't know. Like I feel like they made this at the beginning when they cared about the project, and then they gave up and had their kid finish it with like a cartoon drawing, and they sculpted it.
That's how I
but-
displayed that they was the robot mode for sure.
Swift is still out there. He just made a comment. I kind of want him to join us and give us the Sassy Kong send off because it was just magic the last time.
Yeah.
That become was pretty magic.
Wow. So that's 3 rounds. 2 hours. We let
It was fun.
the lightning round in the middle. I kind of liked that. I think I would employ that strategy again.
Do a lightning round because I got a good one.
As you advise to your descendants, whoever they are.
Whew. Round 4. I don't know if I can go round 4.
Well,
Well,
how
I
about-
can. I got at least one more I want to talk about.
I'm lying.
Okay.
We brought up this guy earlier, but I got a black
Hey.
Devastator.
Ah,
That's cool.
I don't just have a black Devastator. I got a white one too. These are weird. These are definitely KOs, and these are from China.
Are these?
They look nice.
Are those aren't vintage, right? They're based off the newer like Walmart reissues, right?
Oh, these are these are pre that.
Okay.
They're like what, 5 years ago, 4 years ago?
I don't. Yeah. I mean, I've owned them for at least 4 years, if not more. But
Okay.
the thing about this KO, and this is with a lot of Devastator KOs, is when the sticker sheet has all the factory applied stickers with it too, which is kind of like a trip. If you ever like did Devastator, like if you do any of the reissues or even the original G1 versions, for some reason half the stickers are applied by the factory and the other half you get it on a stupid sticker sheet. So it's kind of like a whoa, I don't remember putting this sticker on. You know, like if you have to do it yourself, it's sort of strange. And there's some weird like assembly things that make it a KO. Like one of the gun holes is filled in, so you can't put the gun in it.
Of course,
Things like
makes sense.
That, you know, stupid shit.
Why is it magic?
Yeah, it's a bootleg, but it's a pretty other than those little discrepancies, pretty high quality. So if you find them around, those might cost. They're kind of expensive. You're overpaying, but like there's no way to get them cheaper unless you live in China and speak Mandarin. You have to pay around $70 to $100 to get a hold of one of those. But it's kind of worth it, honestly. I mean, I like it because it totally stands out against all your other Devastators.
It reminds me of that era when like we got a bunch of the cassettes in all sorts of knockoff colors and clear plastics and clear colors. And then like Prime got a bunch of knockoffs as well, like clear and yellow and blah blah blah, and some official releases, but knockoffs too.
Zongjin was the company, I think.
That sounds.
I trust you on that.
Circa 2004-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Robert.
Okay. All right. Oh, I want to say I did transform my gun dude. Here's how he looks. Just his handle and his bullets hanging off his butt here. You know, he's a really great looking robot. Right. So this is probably going to be my last round. So I was like, well, you know, I could talk about my Splinter that transforms into the party wagon. That's pretty funny, and he's in there. You can see him driving it.
Oh,
this is one of my favorite toys. It is so dorky, but you know, I'm not going to talk about that.
But that's vintage from like the original Playmates.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a fun toy.
Yeah.
That was a cool toy line. I like that one.
I was like, well, should I talk about G1? So like I can talk about like the weirdest, dumbest G1 toy, Bullet Bike. Just the dumbest piece of crap, but everybody knows that. I was like, well,
No.
you know, Elite Action Masters are weird. Like Turbo or Windmill here, you know, I've talked about him. I've got all four of them. I've talked about them a couple times. They're pretty weird. Like, what's up with that? Right? But nah, that's not good enough. You know, Paul had mentioned, like, well, what about Blue Bacchus? Because most people don't know what the hell this is. You know, that's pretty weird. He is rare. He's hard to find. A lot of people don't know about him. He's a heavy remold of Crossblades, and a lot of people don't even know what the hell that is. But I was like, no, that's not good enough.
Rob, I'm just going to point out you're cheating right now. You're just showing off a ton of shit. And
yeah.
I know, but I'm talking about it for 30 seconds.
Now.
Oh,
All right.
30 seconds.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, we got another new viewer, Rich ACM 220. Thanks for joining.
Nice. So what I am going to use for my last one though is, of course, my Rock Lord Combiner Fossil Source. Like,
of course.
I don't like. Rick might have it. I don't think Peter has it.
It's on my list because I love Rock Lords.
It's on my list because I love Rock Lords.
Yeah. So
It's
I got
on my
this.
list because I love Rock Lords.
I got this from Yahoo Japan through a buying service, and it all worked out well. You know, I forget the name of which one I used. I think I know I talked about it on the Ouch My Wallet, which has this in the thumbnail, so it's easier to find. But it's not on Paul's list because he doesn't like awesome things.
Nope.
But this is, again, if you don't know about Rock Lords, there's a subline of GoBots, and you kind of spun off or whatever that transform into Rocks. This one is 4 robot combiners. It's got a bunch of extra parts and guns and shells and armor. Mine's mint in box. This is actually technically Machine Robo. It's that release, but it's a super awesome fun toy. It's some of the joints are stiff, and so like you don't want to play with it too much because if you break it, it's expensive. You take your time though, and it's all right. But I don't want to risk it again.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't one of the 4 guys in the Rock Lords movie?
Yes,
Jawbone.
in different colors.
Yeah.
He was like yellow or something.
Yeah, he was like bony yellow colored, and he was one of the leaders of one of the cities that Magmar conquered. And he's like, "Oh, he took my scepter. Help me, Boulder." And they were like, "Okay, cool, we'll help you. Bye."
This was supposed to get a U.S. release, and there's a couple of prototype pictures of in couple different colors. One of them is a yellow top to bottom, but it never came out. And there was supposed to be a motorized version that would scoot along. It also never came out. But this is one that did come out in Machine Robo again with a few different releases and languages and stuff. But he's weird, he's unique, he's expensive, and he's awesome. He's kind of like one of the pinnacles of Rocklord collecting. There's a lot of hard stuff to get in there. I don't have any of the Jewel Lords yet. Those are hard to find with their weapon, and I've been holding out for the weapons. I
got lucky and got all the weapons before I got the Jewel Lords in a lot. It was just like a rando, like, I got all these parts, and I was like,
I'll give you $10 for all those, sure.
I just want to.
That's awesome. To get one of the Jewel Lords with a weapon the other day, and I just I couldn't get myself to spend the money. It's just so hard. Trigger.
Next time you pass, message me so I can decide if I'm ready to spend the money.
I didn't think you didn't have them. I thought you had everything, Rocklord.
No, I'm missing the Jewel Lords and Spearhead, and the female. What's her name?
Wasn't she a Jewel Lord?
Yeah.
No, I mean Solitaire is a female Jewel Lord. There's another one. Saberstone, yeah. I don't have her. Like Saberstone and Spearhead are also hard to find.
Those are the action shock rocks, right?
No. Nope, they're just normal.
Oh, okay.
I have the 3 action ones. Yeah. Like the fat roller dude and the hook dude and the dude with the ball. And
Yeah.
I just want to point out that Sportimus showed up and said, "Y'all are finding stuff I never heard of." That's the name of the game tonight, baby. Weird stuff. So
he had a good pun. He said the Jewel Lords are the real gems.
Oh!
Settle down.
I like it.
We are firing on all cylinders tonight, people.
I love the puns.
All right. Keep it going.
All right. So this is not the weirdest toy in the world, but the story of how and why I have it is kind of weird. And it is not Power Dasher Transformer. This is a Diaclone little Power Dasher. I forget what they call them when they were the Diaclones. And I, for years, didn't know what the hell this was. Didn't even know if I was transforming it right, because I don't remember if it really came with instructions. The fact that you've got the legs, feet become a spoiler always threw me off. But again, the reason I have this guy, I was 3 or 4 years old. I was at preschool, daycare, whatever it was called at the time. Hey, we're going back to the bathroom stories here. Had gotten, the whole class being walked to the bathroom. You're done using the bathroom. You've washed your hands. You're waiting for the rest of the class to go. Me and my friend were jumping up and down, going crazy. And my friend just goes, bam, right into my face. Head goes into ceramic wall. Blood everywhere. So, trip to the hospital, stitches. While we're waiting for my parents to pick me up to take me to the hospital, for some reason I don't think they called an ambulance. One of the administrators of the preschool was like, "Hey, let's get you a toy." So let's get you a toy. So basically, they said like, "Well, what kind of toy do you want?" And I explained and I described what I thought was Optimus Prime. I want a truck that's red and blue and silver, and this is what I got. So yeah,
nailed it.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say a time-traveling Phil came back and said, "You want this Diaclone toy?"
No.
For 20 years in the future.
I was describing what, in my mind, was what Optimus Prime looked like. And color-wise, they got it right.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when, like Marge Simpson comes back with Lee Culver's putting challenge. Do you want to play with this toy again? No.
Yeah. I've since lost
they
the little
probably
dude
saw
that
the
goes in
Optimus
his
Prime
chest.
and said, It's only a few stitches, and they got you the other one instead.
Yeah. They returned the Optimus Prime after they realized it was like 3 stitches. You know, but for years in grade school, like I'd always keep my hair pretty tightly trimmed. Like, oh, your barber messed up in the back. Oh, they missed about like it's a scar. It's a scar. You jerks. Like no,
they were just jealous you had this badass scar.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, that's my little rando Diaclone. I only own 1 Diaclone for the randomest reasons in the world.
It's a good story.
All right, my next piece for the lightning round comes from, speaking of toilets, Scotland. So, I would say...
I'm very sorry, Scotland.
Transformers.
We're not responsible for Rick.
What?
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 Your toy?
Brexit?
Yeah, get on it.
So there's a writer. He writes a bunch of comic books for Transformers, and he lives overseas, and he's a wonderful person, James Robert. And he sold me this from his personal collection. It is an unused Transformers pin
bulletin
thing.
board.
Bulletin board.
What? Is that official? Like, was that a thing sold?
Yep.
Or did he just print it off at home?
You sure he didn't make that?
Nope. So, yeah, Transformers 1986 bulletin board from Scotland.
I mean,
I want it.
That is out there. That is odd. That is an oof. I'm going to give it. I'm going to give that oofdom right now.
I paid a new for it.
I bet you did.
He has a second one that he scripted the entire series on.
Well, it used to have the original scratch notes for More Than Meets the Eye 1 through 5, right? But you took that part off the bulletin board.
Yeah, I threw those away.
Oh, you threw... Yeah, because, I mean, that's just garbage.
Yeah, I'm Dreamwave all the way, baby.
And that's so sad, Rick, because I could not find my comic collection today because it's in a box somewhere, but I was going to bring out all of the variant covers for the original Dreamwave run because I have all of them.
There's a million different covers for Dreamwave for 1. I think they're actually still printing them.
Swift is...
There's a couple of those that went for some cash.
Swift is roasting you, Rick. He just said you made that yourself and you're just taking us for a wild ride. And Rob agreed with him. So you have to prove it that it's not true.
Get Roberts on the show. You got to get Roberts on the show. It's the only way to prove it.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
What else?
I'm pretty sure on the back of that bulletin board is like a Kmart clearance sticker that's like clearly from 2020. You know.
Well, if you want me, I'll show something different. This is also from the UK, then.
No, lightning round.
Rick!
No, come on, dude.
Well, you didn't accept my first thing, so
We accept it. We accept it for sure. Swift, I'm just telling you, Swift is roasting you on that one. So.
The peanut gallery over there is got some questions.
You have a chance. I think you have. If you would like to show another thing to shut him up, go for it.
All right, this is from 1985. This is from the UK. This is the Transformers placemat from the UK. And it's got a nice description of what Transformers are and where they come from and why they're here on our planet.
Wow.
I like how you're stubbornly not showing any toys, Rick. You're just showing things that are completely off the wall. I love it.
They're Ooofitites.
Merchandising is fun.
I love my favorite thing about that is it's Soundwave versus his arch nemesis Sideswipe.
You're right. And it looks like Soundwave's having a hard time at it.
There can only be one Transformer that starts with the letter S.
Right. I don't know what Sideswipe is shooting at, but it's definitely not Soundwave.
Well, what is Soundwave shooting at?
Yeah, I don't know.
They both got that Stormtrooper aim going on.
They do.
Right before that picture was taken, so I was like, "Hey, Soundwave, look over there."
My name's actually Sunstreaker, or Spin Out, or something.
I hope you eat dinner on that every night.
Sideswipe showed up on the Nemesis in a season 2 episode, so maybe he's a secret agent and they're just pretending to shoot at each other. Animation error or plot point? You be the judge.
Well, now we have proof
This is
in this
based off
UK placement.
There you go.
But this is definitely based off someone just had the toy and drew it. Like, yeah.
It's like the Ladybird cartoon or books and
Books. Yeah.
and all those are just totally. We had the toy in front of us and we drew it.
It's always cool when you find something that has artwork you've never seen before, you know, after all these years, because so much of it gets reused or was key art. That's why I think those black and white images were so neat, because like I've never seen those drawings, and they're clearly all done by the same dude, and like even though that's like kind of, you know, off of the Sideswipe artwork, I'm sure it has a lot of uniqueness to it compared to just, you know, looking at the box art.
Rick, what year were those Cadbury cards from?
86.
Okay, so that was all right. Wow.
Yeah, Battle Chargers, Hot Rod, Cyclone.
Yeah, I just but I could see that being something like someone making like in the last 5 years.
I can
see
just
that. As like a vintagey kind of, here's a cool product.
There's a set on eBay right now without the cover or the instructions.
How much?
14 pounds plus
like 20
30. Yeah, like $20 plus like $30 shipping.
Right. I think it's Anna.
Is it?
Finally.
It is. Gosh, it's waited so long.
Some slow lightning.
I know. This is like the lightning that stops.
Ungreased.
Breaks. So, okay, I want to ask a survey. Which would we rather do? Would we rather do a custom that, much like the art, I have no idea who made it, or would we like to do an old, not a Transformer toy, but something that transforms?
Old,
or
Transformer toy.
option number 3 is, of course, Calculation Keen.
Number 2.
3.
Number 2.
2. Deuces.
All right, 2 wins. 2 wins. Okay.
I didn't think we were getting out of here without Calculation King, honestly, but
he's still coming. Don't worry. I'll just hold him up for the rest of the show afterwards. So I have a random transforming toy that I found at I want to say I found this at like a Big Lots 15 years ago or something, but it was made by Mega Bloks. And it's called a Neo Shifters. And I got really excited about this thing. So it was a whole line of robot guys who you put together, you know, they're Mega Bloks, but it transforms into a ball, right? Like it literally, like it's
like ballonical.
Yeah, it's got the cable on its back there to be a shell former. You roll it up in a ball, and unfortunately, I kind of know where he is, but he comes with a chess master. So he has a little tiny guy who is another ball. He's a much smaller ball who lives in his chest, like as his power force. And that was...
He's a ball master, Anna, not a chest master. Come on.
Yeah, it's true. Ball master. Sorry, not chest master. My bad.
Balls within balls? Come on.
So, you know, I was really excited about this when I got it because, A, you know, I grew up in Rock Lords and always wanted something equally stupid. And this turns into a ball, so it's pretty great. And B, as we talked about last night on Microcasters, I love articulation. And this thing is articulated out the ass. You know, this thing's got all the equal tilt, the wrist swivel, and
the toilet talk.
Oh,
articulated
sorry.
Out the ass.
My
What?
bad.
Watch your fucking language.
Gosh, I'm
That's
so embarrassed. I will
usual
hide behind my Neo Shifter.
He has a sphincter in his chest.
The face kind of looks like the Predator to me.
Yeah, they definitely.
What is with
you're
you and
definitely
Predator
copying
toys?
Bionicle, but if you take off the
Bionicle is what I thought of.
his head.
Now it's Shockwave. He's had
It's just
Imperator
like-
perform.
Unfortunately, when I pulled this out of a box, the face light still worked, but I played with it so much it no longer works. So he has a button on the back of his head, so his face lights up and it lit up the mask. I thought it was a really fun toy line. You know, it's one of those like 8 million things Mega Bloks did back in the day that didn't take off. So now nobody has it, but I have one. It's on my G1 shelf, oddly enough, because it just goes with all the All my weird stuff is on my G1 shelf. Well, not really. All my weird old stuff. It doesn't go anywhere else. My weird stuff is my whole collection. You guys know that. So yeah, Ball Guy. Ta-da! Neo Shifter. You can still find them on eBay for not that much money, so I'm sure everyone is going to go out and buy a whole set of Neo Shifters.
You just wrecked the Neo Shifter collecting community. I hope you're happy.
I did. I just birthed the Neo
Landslide.
Shifter collecting community. And it's going to be wild.
Well,
You're the roaring kitty of Neo Shifters.
It's happened.
Neo Shifter bets. Is that what we're
All right.
all going to start that subreddit quick?
Why don't we make this the last item then? Peter.
No pressure. Okay, so Phil had something that was an interpretation of maybe an Optimus Prime, and we were talking about funky box art. Rick, you had the cards that had a funky box art thing, and the placemat. You know, that had the funky box art, sort of like looked like it was drawn from a toy, and we talked about that. And Anna, you said you appreciated the non-Transformer transforming stuff that isn't Transformer toy, so I'm going to put all that together and show you this.
What the fuck is that?
Magnetics.
I didn't know Magnetics made an Optimus.
They made a couple of different sets that I have with me.
Those are pieces, right?
These are pieces on a magnetic board,
Ah.
and you've got his head facing one way and then straight on and then the other way, so you can have him looking in different directions. Arms and legs go different. You know, you have to swap him out to pose him. And it says, you can take him off, put him on your fridge, have some fun with him.
Posable puzzle.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
stretch.
so cool.
But yeah, so it's I found this at a toy show at a flea market about 4 years ago, and the guy was like, I don't know, $10, and I was like, oh yes. So yeah,
That is awesome. I've never seen that one before. I have one. I don't even know what character it is.
I have never heard of that. Not a surprise.
Oh man, these are not cheap.
And I've got this magnetic set too. While we're just talking about it,
The cheapest one of that on eBay is $75.
Whoa. What are the colors like on that slag there? Are they wild?
nah, they're. I mean, it's more blue than silver, but it's still just normal color.
Well,
It looked purple and green to me.
in typical Rick fashion, I knew I had one. I didn't know what character I have. I actually have Optimus sealed.
Oh, well, there you go.
You know what's funny is on eBay, the other one you're holding up, Peter, with the smorgasbord character. Like there's a few of those. There's none of the Prime current or completed. So that one might actually be worth quite a bit more.
God damn. See, that's the problem. Yeah,
Like you don't know what to pay. Hey, Calculation King, you don't know what to pay for things like that. Like I saw like the
Unique items are tough.
They are like, especially if there's no basis for comparison.
I paid $40 for this. I know because the price tag's still on it.
And it's one of those where it's like the McDonald's things Rick had last week as well. It's like, okay, there's only like 5 of these you can find, but there's also only like 7 people that know it exists, and of those, only 3 people want it. You know, so they're impossible to price. It's just whoever wants to buy it at that time and how much they're willing to part with it. You know, it's interesting.
Well, I want to thank Peter for helping me realize that I own something I didn't know existed.
That was a good one, Peter. I like it.
I'm here to help.
Like
And yours is a lot better than mine because yours is actually like in the shape of Optimus. Mine's like all over the place.
shake
It's all over the place, but mine has like, it's got a little smushy on it. Your box is in better shape.
Is yours sealed?
It's sealed, yeah. It's sealed, but the box has been smashed at some point. One of the sides is kind of.
This one's in pretty good shape.
I feel like the dude at the flea market who had that was just like, honey, I finally sold that weird magnetic robot thing.
Probably. Just toting it around show to show.
That is very unique. Like,
Well-
I have never seen anything. I don't know what magnetics is, and it's just cool that, Like the one with all the different characters as single magnets. That seems like the crap I would expect that to be for like, hey, we're gonna do the same thing for all these toy lines. Any toy line that'll let us do it. But they did something special for the Optimus Prime, which I doubt.
That's so cool.
I doubt they maybe like He-Man. I mean, they didn't make it transform because that probably was like a few brain cells too hard for them to do in the 80s with no computers and shit. But that's really cool. It's neat that they went like, oh, turn the head and stuff. So you got to do something neat with it. And of course, you had it, Rick. Of course, you already had it.
I didn't, but I know I had it.
I am going to close this out with one more little oofster that I know Rick has because I told him about these and he's like, oh, I've seen those. And I was like, mother F. So there's a local, there's a bunch of toy shops in Chicago, and one of them I walked into and they had these, and these are greeting cards. I think these are from the UK.
Yeah.
But it's
There's
Hubcap and Galvatron. Yeah. Have a fantastic birthday, grandson. Galvatron!
That's like the only Hubcap merch on the planet.
Yeah. Happy birthday. Have a great time. Hubcap!
Hubcap. No
I
one likes
I wish the
Hubcap.
hubcap was like an obscure family member. It's like, happy birthday, brother-in-law.
Oh, well, don't forget that the pin it comes with totally says it's Bumblebee. So they dropped a deuce on that. Anyways,
Still
some random
fucking
toy store had
casuals.
these, and they knew they milked me for it. There was $12 a piece, but I was like, these are so fun, and they're 1986. Like this has existed as paper for a long time.
I wish instead it was like, sorry, your uncle died. Hubcap.
That'd be better.
We heard your father figure. We killed your father figure in the theater, and you went home crying. Sorry.
So sorry you didn't get Optimus Prime and you got a Power Dasher instead.
Yeah.
Sorry your
Sure.
parents don't know the difference between GoBots and Transformers. This is as close as you're gonna get.
I think we all experienced that.
Did
That
anyone's
one.
parents know the difference?
They knew the difference in price.
Yeah.
Indeed, they did.
What was like Insectoids or whatever was one of the Transformers knockoff lines. I had a
The
spider
Converters?
one of those. It was dead.
Yeah, it's converters. They made like a butterfly and a spider and a scorpion and a whole bunch of different bugs. A mantis.
Yeah.
They're cool.
With the
I like them.
anytime
Yeah.
I see a
You're very
transformer, anytime I see a transforming figure, I don't know what it is and it's old. I just assume it's a converter, and that's usually correct.
Yeah.
They made all sorts of oddball shit.
They did.
Yeah.
They even made. I mean, they made Macross stuff. They made
Fine.
some
Really?
Takatoku stuff. Yeah, they made
Wow.
little. It was a knockoff basically, but they made little Veritech fighters and whatever that third mold was from Dorvac, not Whirl, not Roadbuster, but the other guy. They made that guy.
The tank with the
Yeah,
two
the tank-
eyeball guns
the tank.
or whatever.
Yeah, the tank guy. That Hasbro was like, no, that's too funky for Transformers.
Well, I mean, is it anything else anyone wants to pull out? I mean, because this is kind of the end, like the real end of.
I mean, I have a bunch of stuff that I wasn't sure I was going to show or what we were going to do.
Hi, Smart Calculation Key. He's happy to see everyone.
Anna, how is that toy?
It is wonderful.
Phil, don't buy that. If you buy that, Anna will win.
Anna will win, and so will Phil.
It looks like a cool toy.
It's not.
I enjoy the Technobots. They're a riff on the Technobots.
Yeah, see? For some reason, this one is blue.
Ooh, that's a good one, Rick. That's a good one.
Why is it blue? No one knows.
Commodore. I wasn't.
Orange stripe. Why is stripe orange?
Have that.
Looks to be. It's actually a really good toy, Phil,
You don't
but
have
it's
to show
actually
me,
very
Rick. I
hard
have
to
it.
find now
Oh, is it that hard to
because
find
of
now?
what happened to Wei Jane, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
So there's both this color version and an all red and white version, but both are hard to get a hold of unless
Yeah.
you're willing to kind of risk the random
eBay
sellers.
seller. Yeah.
Well, good thing for
yeah.
you, Phil. I know someone in St. Louis that has one, and I know where they live, so we can go get it if you really want.
Do we?
In fact, you're looking at it right there.
Well, she's
Oh,
not
I'm
St.
not
Louis.
in St. Louis.
Oh, Kansas City, whatever.
She's on the other side of the state. Yeah.
Actually, came to visit me here, and you don't know where I live.
You know what? I didn't end up living there, so it's all the same town. It's same Saint City or Kansas Louis, something like that. Well, with that poor statement, I am going to wrap it up tonight, I think. This was the Ooofitites version of Oof My Wallet. Something kind of fun. I think we successfully oofed it up, and we shared a good amount of oddities, oofities, strange items, weird stuff that you've probably never seen before. That's a lucky. Everyone knows what a lucky draw is.
It's upside down. It doesn't count.
That was an unlucky drawing out of the box.
But this is a uncirculated one that came from Takara.
Well, that's prove it.
Do you have proof of authenticity? Yeah. So you need to prove that as well as the bulletin board now. Your laundry list is racking up.
It's been really cool to see what each of us consider obscure and oofities. Like, we've all chosen very different things. I've enjoyed seeing it.
Rob with just his gun.
I have an Eggo.
Rob's got a gun in a toilet.
Eggos. Decepticons.
20 years
American
collecting animated. Who's going to have this? Right?
Just you,
Nick
Sergio.
Nick has it.
What says America more than a gun in a toilet? I mean, come on.
Gimp mask?
Please put it on. Please put it on one more time. Look at that. Get right up to the camera, man. I gotta see that. That's so good.
Get right up in there.
Oh yeah, that's stuff in nightmares.
It's the look of love right there.
To hold your eyes.
Nightmare fuel.
I gotta replace this thing, or at least get one with a better sticker.
The safe word is Scorponok.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you all for giving me the chance to do this for the last few months, and thank you, Rob, for taking on the show in the beginning. If you don't remember, it started as a segment on TFYLP proper. Rob decided to break it off into its own segment show called Ouch My Wallet. I was able to take the reins from him after a while, and and actually, Rick's the one that gave me the idea to call it Oof, and I was like, ooh, that sticks. Let's do that. So the idea, though, is it's the same show, just a different season or a different branding, and, we'll see what happens next. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to pass the torch. The next host might be right here. We don't know. Lucas might put the kibosh on it. I don't know. He's in charge. I'm out of here. I got a big oof to deal with. So...
for the next 8 years.
For the rest of my life.
After 6 years, you don't have to worry about it anymore. They take care of themselves.
Well, I'll be back in 2027 as the host of another malicious wank or something. We'll see what we call it by that point. I don't know. But it's
still another with an O.
That's what I was just thinking.
Another.
Oh, no, there.
Oh, no. Oh, neither. Well...
Another
other.
Yeah.
Other.
We will, Sportimus.
Sportimus
We'll figure out
says,
something.
keep the show going. Write in. Let us know. Let Lucas know that you refuse to support TF Talk without an OMW.
Nominate a host.
And yes, Sportimus.
That's what you should do, Sportimus.
Sportimus, that toy you're talking about, is a converter. It came in a 2-pack with a tiny little gun as well, which I have, and they're really crappy. So, just to answer that for you.
Which toy is he talking about?
The converter 2-pack, that's a little camera, but it's a single robot. But it looks kind of like reflector and camera mode, but it's tiny.
All right. I am not going to keep speeching it up, so I'm just going to say be sure to follow TF Talk and TFYLP on YouTube, Twitter, and all that good jazz, Patreon and whatnot. Rick, a guy who you're looking at right now, is going to be having another show on Saturday, Cut the Tape. If anyone else has...
Masterpiece.
Masterpiece, oh.
Masterpiece.
Oh, goodness.
I got a bunch of old masterpieces I need to open.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be an exciting cut the tape if you like the expensive Japanese stuff. And TFYLP is every Monday. Currently, I don't know if they're going to switch that around because it seems like all the shows are changing. It's just a sea change right now. Anna, are the microcasters changing days? Is that a rumor or truth?
We're going to move all the way from Tuesday to the other T-Day to Thursday.
I don't know if I can take that.
It's going to be a pretty difficult move for us, but I think we can handle it. We've commissioned several moving trucks. I think we'll be okay.
Well, I hope you got the marketing people on that. They need prep for this.
Yeah. We've been preparing for years, so we'll be okay. Just barely.
I don't know.
Well, you heard it
Is
here
this
first.
going to be like the college days Thursdays, where it's like Thursday's really Friday and things get wild?
No, this is a real Thursday.
Okay, we got to work the next day.
This is Microcasters, the new class, Phil. Screech, unfortunately, will not be joining us.
Rest in peace.
Oh, wow.
Too soon. So,
We're actually my schedule. That's the real reason we're moving. But
and OMW, WTF, we don't know. But this mug will not be hosting for the foreseeable future. I'm sorry, but I just want to say thanks to all the cast members at TF Talk that have joined the show, all the viewers. We had actually more than I think we've ever had. There were at least 20 people watching at the same time, maybe because I posted the live stream thing like yesterday, so longest chance for people to know it was coming to watch us live. So I just want to say thank you to Sportimus, Zaldron, Swift, Catherine. Who else was in there? JJ Prime Reviews said, how are you doing to Zaldron? That was cool. Esquire Prime was in there too. Lucas said he'd be here, but he was not here, so he's going to be listening to this later.
It was really sad.
Lucas has passed. So actually now the whole show is up in Bedlam. We don't know what's going to happen. Ron,
we got this other guy,
Joshua.
There's a power struggle.
Bring him on.
Ron.
his name is Duran.
Yeah, we're thinking about bringing him on as like a host or something.
I think you should
Like an intern.
yeah, test him out first. Make sure he knows how to run the software.
He's got to first make sure we can get our coffee orders.
True.
Anyways, again, just want to say thanks. It's been a ton of fun. Learning along the way, making mistakes like this entire episode potentially for all of the off-topic conversation. But
Ooftastic.
It's been very ooftastic. So Rob, Phil, Peter, Anna, thank you so much. Before we go though,
Rick, you missed Rick.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Rick, you're the man.
He was thanking people.
I was thanking people, and I was also trying to make sure that I could get Sassy Kong in here before we go, because we just need to see him. Sassy Kong, the official mascot of Oof My Wallet, did not arrive on the scene until just last week. And there he is. I'm going to make him full screen as we go to the end of the show because Sassy Kong deserves to be seen. Thank you, everybody. Thanks. Good night. We'll see you soon when Unicron ships and your bargaining posture is highly dubious. Good night.
Good night.